Ladies and gentlemen, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be doing an SFT, and yes, I am playing again. It's been a hot minute, but we're going to be playing NURGLE. Yes, yes. Let's get it, man. The Plague Father calls. I did not feel like microing a ton today, so that's why we're going to be playing NURGLE. Okay, so where are we at? Let's see. We got our first round opponent. It's going to be NURGLE versus Wood Elves, which is a really bad matchup for NURGLE. Not unwinnable, though. It's definitely doable. Okay, so we have our map picking bans right now. What do I want to do? Do we ban that? Yeah. If you fly a green banner, I'll accept the truce. That's pretty funny. That's what my opponent just said. Hey, what's going on? Welcome. How you guys doing? Yeah, it's going to be a good one today. Which faction is going to win, and why is it Skaven? I would love to see a Skaven victory, honestly. Skaven are super cool. We're going to drop a stank pickle. I love it. Okay, so I got to do my map pick and bans real quick. Hashit's oil fields are really big. We'll ban. Okay, so now my opponent's going to be deciding the map that we're going to be playing here. Let's get it. What's going on? Hope you guys are doing well. Yes, yes. Oh, we'll probably have a stream tomorrow. We're going to be streaming every day this week. Yeah, every day except Friday. Friday, we're not going to be streaming, and then Saturday and Sunday, we'll probably have stuff going on as well. Hey, Biofoot, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. By the way, let me get all this pulled up here. Okay. And then 1 second, please. Uno momento. All right. Just about ready. Hey, Neilesium, thank you for resubscribing. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. All right. So just getting everything set up for the stream. Should be all good. All right, guys, we're cooking. Maybe some Age of Empires this week. Absolutely. My opponent here is... No, okay, so we're going to be playing on Temple. The Lost Temple of Sotek. Okay, so Lost Temple of Sotek. Let's get the map set up. We should be good. Man, I have not played in a while, and we're getting thrown right into the old pits here with a really strong opponent. This is gonna be okay. Just getting a little screen blocker set up here so we can feast, and we will go from there. All right, awesome sauce. This is just temporary while we do our build. Of course, we'll be hopefully remembering to get rid of this when the game does start. So against Wood Elves, man, I have not played that in a hot minute. Let's see, do I have a build for them? I think I do have a build. Might want to change it, though. Yeah, is this a way to do it? It kind of feels good, actually. I think I like this build. Yeah, and the Lord option is going to be those two. That looks fine to me. Pretty heavy metal, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Yeah, we're going, man. A little bit early. I figured all the homies in Europe, we had to get an early stream for you guys. Times 2 Soul Grinder, not on this map. This map, the Lost Temple of Sotek, is very heavily wooded, so it's gonna be tricky. Kugath incoming? Probably not. Kugath is he can get pin cushion pretty good. You gotta watch out for that. You gotta watch out. Okay, so let's experiment with some ideas in this matchup, shall we? Gonna kind of tinfoil hat a little bit of this. That feels like a cool ass build. That feels really, really fun. Get you up on the Vanguard to grab the point quickly, maybe. Huh. Tamarcon against Wood Elves, no. You can't really afford to bring anybody big and snipeable on the Wood Elf roster. You're going to have a really bad time if you do. So, yeah, you can't go that way. It's just a little bit too dodgy. Okay, I'm changing up my build from what I used to do in this matchup because I don't want to be too obvious here. Okay, and what? Do you guys really not have anything there? Okay, you got those. You are about ready. Yes, Anakin. Good, good. So just liking the spells. Is it normal to pretend to be Sigmar when you do a strength workout? Pone, we're going to do it tomorrow because I know you have tomorrow off. So I wanted to start earlier tomorrow. So that should be good for you. So tomorrow we're probably going to do I want to do a mini tournament with Battle for Middle-earth 2 where we get like a couple people that we know like certain factions and have like a miniature faction war pwn. That's kind of the game plan. Yeah, if you're free, of course. If you will have us. Okay, I like this. Gonna have to deal with some Riders of the Wild probably going a little bit bananas on us. Tretch in the thumbnail, he's just there. There is some Skaven players playing today, so it's not like you're without your beloved Skaven. They do lurk in the shadows. Okay, so the Lost Temple of Sotek. I think I know how we have to try and win this. It ain't gonna be easy, but we've got ideas. Okay, let's get you out, get a second one of these. All right, good luck, have fun. This build is very different than my normal build. Very, very different. And Smaug shall answer. Yeah, absolutely. You will bring Tretch at the ending. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to bring Tretch. Oh, old man stretching sounds. Just woke up not too long ago. Slept in a bit today. Well, about 2 to 3 hours ago. Skaven players suffer enough. You know, there's got to be some factions that suffer, though, Max. They can't all be having a good time, you know. There's got to be some suffering factions. NURGLE, I think, is one of them. NURGLE is definitely a faction that you just barely win every game when you do win. So we're going to try and continue that tradition here. Are the twins on the dragon meta? They're not meta, but they're not bad either. The Sisters of Twilight are quite good, actually. A Trench SFT. Well, he's there. He's hyping it up. All right, let's get it. Let's do this. Let's do that. And we are good to go. So this map is very small with a lot of like line of sight blocking. So part of me is like, okay, I'm going to... Oh, did they change the map? Oh, shit, this map got changed. No, I got to look through the... Was there... You see the Seeker nerfs? Oh, did I just totally miss some patch notes? I've been out of town off and on, so I've been a little bit out of touch. Was there some sort of like patch details or something? We're NURGLing. We are NURGLing. We are NURGLing indeed. We are going to be doing a chosen build, which is very risky. But basically, I have Marauders. Okay, so we got the Marauder Legions. We're going to be getting massacred for the Plague Father. They're going to be backed up by Chosen. We're going to kind of hug the trees there a little bit. And we can get you up on the Vanguard. This map, we can't Vanguard too far, but we'll go right here with these guys. Okay, I'll take a look. Seekers got nerfed. They might be unbannable now. That's exciting to see because they're just so stupid. So Cultists as well. Cultists are just sticky and annoying, and I'm hoping that they'll be able to do their thing. We'll get you guys right there, and we'll get another Chosen kind of spec ops through the trees right here as well. Was a slight melee attack nerf. It's funny because they keep nerfing Seekers, but they don't realize that it's not the stats that is making Seekers broken. It's the frickin' it's their hitboxes. Yeah. Hopefully that's something that's addressed. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they did. I know it's the hitboxes that are really the problem. Okay, not feeling super confident in this. Nerexa is one of the best Wood Elf players in the world, and yeah, I'm very rusty. So we'll see how this goes. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. Let's see how they can do. Maybe I'm going to be able to stuff the objectives. What the hell is that, Ariel? Okay, it's Durthu, yeah. I was kind of expecting some funny business like this. So we got Durthu, some archers. The Chosen will hold well. I do have some anti-large. I have Rot Knights and Marauder Horsemen. So the Marauder Horsemen are going to be the best bet, for sure. Hammercon, unironically, would have been really good here, which is hilarious. Okay, let's get you guys moving up here. I could do like a full court press. Cultists will be able to fight here for a while. We do have a Tempest, which you don't care about, in Apotheosis. So there's a little bit of healing. CA said they addressed the hitbox issue. Then in that case, it's probably fine if they did indeed address that. So we're going to save up a little bit. Unfortunately, my opponent gets to the point first. The off-meta Durthu pick certainly a little bit catching me off guard, but all good, all good. So we're going to move you guys up, get these Pestigores moving through the tree line. You guys are going to hang out here, and these Chosen are going to kind of... we can waddle to the back point here as well. Because we can kind of ping-pong Durthu a little bit, you know, like play a little bit of table tennis with him is what I'm thinking. And we can, you know, press up on the back objectives, right? Marauder Horsemen are going to be our best answer against him. Basic call-ins, we don't really have. We have Rot Knights, which are anti-large, but surrounding Durthu with Rot Knights is not going to be easy. So let's get you guys doing this. Let's get these Chosen over here. We have time to cook. We have time. These guys are going to hang out and threaten this objective, so we're just going to move up a little bit here. But the problem is Marauder Horsemen are going to get focused down by his archers, so that's a little bit cagey there, you know. Glade Riders are also very good for intercepting our skirmishers. So yeah, we need to get ready to press this back point here. All right, so yep, Chosen are moving over there. We're not in a huge rush. You know, it's easy in domination to get a little bit carried away and rush things. Durthu's going to come back here, so we want to lure him back while we kind of shift over and get ready, and let's park you in the trees. All right, so now you guys come up here. If Durthu threatens, we just pull back. You know, that's exactly what we want to be doing. We got to play a very cagey game here, so let's do this. We do see some infantry coming over, and now in the meantime, Durthu, if he keeps overextending here, we're going to move you guys up to that point, do this, Marauders moving in, against Eternal Guard, and let's get you on that point too. All right, so yeah, just kind of full court pressing it, and now what we can do is we can call in 2 of these skirmishers. All right, so we're going to get them over here to start chasing Durthu. We'll put them in control group 3, and we do get our clutches on these points, which is good. All right, so you guys do this. Already they're getting smashed up a little bit. We're going to do a little stream of corruption action down there to try and hit all those guys. And we do get a nice little cook right there, which is good. Nice. It did a lot of damage right there. It did. All right. So Marauder Horsemen can chase here. We're going to get the Chosen and company, and the other cultist needs to go over there. If we can get a full court press here, that's going to be very good. So let's get a Hound unit to just get up and capture this. Help you capture this point here. Chosen should be on the point in a moment. And up here, we are able to get it. So Durthu's going to be forced back. We can see that. It's quite good. Calling in more reinforcements. Rot Knights could be a decent idea to call in. We're, of course, taking some casualties here, to be expected, but they're just Marauders, so it's not really a huge deal. All right, so you go here. Let's get you guys out there. We do see Ariel coming in, and back on the point here. How are we looking? All right, so Marauders and Marauders for the Marauder God, Cultist and Cultist. Okay, so far I'm actually not unhappy about this. Ariel is a strong fighter, but we could actually put some business on here. It is going to be Blade Singers versus Chosen, which is going to be pretty epic. And now we do start to get the capture weight on the point, so we're going for what I like to call a full court press. So we'll get a Chosen coming out, and we do start to get that. All right, so we get on the back of the Blade Singers here. Hounds are lurking. Marauders can go here. We can park right there, see if there's any opportunity, and the Blade Singers need to get cooked right now by some magic. All right, so we're going to kind of sneak through here like a bit of a gremlin. Yeah, I like that, and get on top of these archers. That was really clean. Durthu is nearby, but he's afraid. He's afraid. It's afraid. All right, let's pull back the Horsemen. They're taking a lot more damage than I would like. And we do manage to shut down one of the archers there, which is good. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten this point. Blade Singers are dying, and we do have some Marauders coming over. Hounds get onto the prey. But now, we got to worry about our characters being bullied here a little bit, which feels bad. All right, we do have our Chosen lurking. Let's get back and go after Durthu again. Although, yeah, we do get slapped by that Tempest there, which feels bad. Forsaken, going to want to rush through the trees, and let's see what we want to do with these horsemen. All right, let's call in another Forsaken unit. So we're going to fall massively behind in value, obviously. It's inevitable in this matchup. So we need to just win through other means. We have the Plague Bearer summons, so let's get them here. And where's the other cultist? Other cultist is here as well. All right, so we're going to do a little Plague Bearer summon action. Get you guys coming through here to jump on this. Forsaken have arrived. Chosen are grunt bumping and grinding on this back point, which is excellent. And more Marauders are now out, so let's get them in here. And he summons another Tree Man, which is pretty cool. All right, so Plague Bearers onto the Archers. Let's get you guys back this way. And this objective is looking a little bit precarious already, which I certainly don't love. All right, Plague Bearers, go, go, go. So is there any way we can hold on to that? I don't know if we can. Value trading is actually kind of close, which is really, really good for us. Chosen do get lured off the point, so that was a very clean play from him. I like that a lot. Marauder Horsemen is still hanging in there like champs. You Plague Bearers keep waddling after these guys, fight these Eternal Guard. Let's see if we can hold on to this point, if possible. Get some throwing weapons onto you, and call in more Forsaken. Just the Forsaken Zerg is going to be our best friend right now, for sure. All right, pulling back onto the point. Yep, we need to get the Chosen back over here. We have some Stream of Corruption, which we could do, so let's do that. Probably not even worth it, to be frank with you. And we do hold on to that point for now, which is good. So we're just going to keep throwing here. Let's get these Forsaken coming over there. And now we're going to rotate our Lord over this direction. Just keep the Forsaken pressuring this point. We can even leave some Chosen here if we want to just fight over the objective. But yeah, that point we're not going to get. This one we have a bit of a better foothold on. So let's just keep that up. Cultists getting smashed. It is what it is. What can we do about that? Ariel, a little bit vulnerable here. Do we want to try and push through these Dryads? We can do another stream on them to try and break their back. Yeah, that's good. Let's go get you on this. And a little bit messy here. Chosen of NURGLE versus the Blade people. We can even get a Hound to charge into the back of them and try and finish them off real quick. And we have gotten onto some Archers, which is good. All right, so Forsaken and company are still threatening this point pretty good. Let's get all of you guys rushing up onto this. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Probably do a little bit of unsummoning. Some housekeeping needs to be done. You guys get back up on the point, and we have our... He did finish off that sorcerer, or that cultist. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to summon my boys, which feels bad. All right, are we threatening this point? We are. We have a lot of capture weight here. So let's get you guys back onto the point here and see if we can wrestle that. If we could, that'd be really, really nice. Furies, yeah, just a loose Fury to threaten Archers is always good. So we'll get them to threaten the Archers here. And here we do fend off the Wildwood Rangers. So now let's move up onto the point here if we can. Move up onto the point. And yeah, we're stealing the home objective, which is good. All right, so the build is actually kind of working, which is weird. I really didn't think it would, but we're having a decent time. We are having a decent old time. A couple Archers moving back onto the point. We'll push them off here. And we are maintaining a triple cap, right? So if we can kind of just keep that energy, that's going to be really good. All right, fly back here. My opponent does have Tempest. Horsemen providing capture weight, but do get nailed by a Flock of Doom, which feels bad. Do we have any more summons? We do not. So we're going to retreat these horsemen back. And now, where do we want to go with this? I think we just go after these archers. Yeah, he called in Wildwood Rangers, so he's not going to have anything to protect his archers now. So we just feast it up. All right, and we are kind of working on this giant tree, which is cute. All right, Vanguard Pestigores. I think that's good. You know, get up and pressure that back objective there. In the meantime, you know, my opponent's killing power is limited. We're going to do a little fecundity here, get those heals going. And now he is threatening that point too. All right, so archers are being chased. We do see them getting on top of these guys, and ammunition's very, very low. So we probably stay here. And we just need to get to the point where we can win on a Helm's Deep, and then we're absolutely cooking, right? That's going to be nice. These units could run away from Durthu, but I think I have to maintain the cap as long as we possibly can. Let's unsummon some of you guys. Thank you guys for the donations. I greatly appreciate it. Sorry, I'm hyper-focused right now. So we're going to get you on aerial here. We have the Furies ripping it up and actually doing very, very good. This side point, I don't like trying to fight a lot there too much longer just because Durthu is so big as dickus over there. So we're going to get a Cultist waddling over, and we just need to get to a triple cap point. Okay, he actually loses the capture weight here for a moment. That's huge. Because he doesn't have a lot here. It's mainly just these units. Yeah, let's get you on the objective there. All right, Marauders, come on over. The Tree Man is doing Tree Man things. Aerial's kind of getting smashed up a little bit. Wow, the NURGLE infantry really staying the course. That Cultist is going to take like 5 years, but we'll start waddling it this way. All right, so they're coming with quite a bit here. We do have the Pesties on the way over, and I could do a Fleshy Abundance on the Chosen. I don't hate that idea. Get those guys nice and topped off here. And Marauders for the Marauder God, Marauders for the Marauder Throne. And now I do lose the capture weight here, which feels bad. We'll see if we can maintain it. Those Chosen Giga Chads are holding all freaking day. All right, so we do arrive here. I think taking the Pestigores over to this side to try and stabilize that would be better. Can I hold on to this point for much longer? I don't think so. So we need to go try and keep him from getting this point back. It's going to be very difficult, but I think we got to try it. So you gather here, and oof, that capture speed is really not looking good for us. All right, let's get some Hounds over. Hounds are really quick, and they provide 4 capture weight. So we're going to move them over, try and get it, and if I can stabilize this side point, we're going to be into potentially a great situation. So let's charge you guys, keep them from getting there. Do this. Okay, it is now a triple cap situation, so my opponent has to get all 3 objectives to win this game. All right, is that one going to flip? It looks like it is. Wildwood Rangers are lurking. We might be able to get the objective back here. Not going to be easy. We have the Cultist, but yeah, my opponent has to get all 3 objectives to win this. So we could absolutely just kind of chill out now. Let's get you guys in, and you're here. We'll have you guys go nibble down the Dryads, and we can do a little bit of this as well. Stream of Corruption. Yeah, okay. And yeah, Marauders for the Marauder Gods, Marauders for the Marauder Throne. I think we still need to threaten the side point. I don't think we could afford to relinquish the side here. Yeah, there's a lot of capture weight coming up here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold this. Maybe. Okay, let's get you guys coming here. The Cultist is going to fight Aerial. On this side, yeah, we're kind of in the process of losing this. So probably retreat back. Yeah, I don't know how good this is going to go. It looks a little dodgy. So let's get our Sorcerer back here and see if it can hold there. All right, so we're also going to call in some Horsemen. But if I lose this objective for even like a second, we just kind of are cooked, basically. Yeah, so that's a little sketchy. All right, so where's my Sorcerer at? He's trapped in the trees. Do we still have some pressure here? We do. Chosen are still being absolute raid bosses. We do get Horsemen there to help and stabilize that. And yeah, we need to get the Sorcerer back. He needs to come right now. Fecundity, we have some healthy archers here still shooting. Marauders are going to move in. Cultist Summon will be here in 28 seconds. Okay, so let's get you guys back this way and just hold, because we know we just went on this one, right? I don't have anything to call in yet, but we do maintain the capture weight, which is good. So let's just keep you guys parked on the side of the objective. And gotta get on that point. Let's get you guys back here. The Sorcerer, unfortunately, is trapped up in the trees. We're going to go ahead and slow Durthu down, keep him from getting back there. I don't know if we're going to be able to hold this. We do have a Plague Bearer summon in a couple seconds, which is huge. Forsaken need to get in here and just run up and grab that. Unfortunately, the Terror out there, very clutch. And Sorcerer of Death's Construction, he's coming. Plague Bearer summon is going to drop. Let's drop it like it's hot. See if we can get that. Okay, NURGLE Sorcerer's coming. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Forsaken can get up there and hopefully hold this point. Plague Bearers are on the way, and we have another Cultist, and all of you guys are there. All right, so let's do a little Stream of Corruption action down the pipe and hit these guys. If I lose this for even a second, I probably lose the game. Yeah, we're going to see. All right, so you're coming. We get you guys sandwiching. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Get over there. Let's frickin' go. He moved his Tree Man off it, and we do get 1 capture weight unit, and Forsaken, can they get there before it flips? Oh, man, I think we still have it. Oh, we still have it. Holy shit, we just barely hold that. Wowza, wowza, wowza. Okay. So we need another... Oh, shit, not a fear. That was a misclick. That should have been something else. Oh, well. Okay, so you guys go there. Capture weight's coming back into our favor. These are Blade Singers, so I should have done the Stream of Corruption on them. That would have been the play and a half. All right, so you guys attack the spears. We're going to get the Blade Singers cooked up here if we can. Yeah, you guys go back this way, and we have to play multiple objectives now, unfortunately. Value trading's close. Strangely enough, I'm actually ahead in value, so maybe even if we lose this, we're not done for, right? Maybe, like he overextends back here a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. All right, Marauders for the Marauder God. Let's get you guys up. Yeah, so we do lose the back point, just barely, and we're going to land you guys on some of these archers. Cultists are still fighting hard. We don't have a lot of answers for the trees, though, the big trees. That's 100% been our issue here this game. Plague Bearers will heal these Forsaken up, might as well. Horsemen are now back, so we can use them to go run down some of these guys. And we're going to have to play multiple objectives to win this. You can outgrind the hardwood, you can. NURGLE can outgrind anybody, really. I mean, it's not easy, but it's possible. Okay, those are Eternal Guard. Yeah, most of the capture weight here is breaking. Let's get these Furies over here. Yeah, so those guys actually get broken, which is good. We have the 2 cultists. We need to fight for this home objective. And maybe try and snipe Aerial here if at all possible. Yeah, get you guys on the spears. Furies need to come over. We have a little bit of time to work with, honestly. Not much, though. Those are chosen, so that's really good for us. These are the Wild Hunters of Kurnus. Okay. I don't know how to deal with them effectively, honestly. Except for Rot Knights. Rot Knights are one of the things here that are going to be very good. All right, so Aerial's kind of getting it. Really, really wish I had a Rancid Visitations right about now. That would be super, super nice. Chosen attacking. We're being attacked. There are 21 of them. The Chosen, I feel like, were actually very good this game. Believe it or not. I felt like they were big playmakers. All right, let's get some Forsaken coming down here. Hopefully my characters can grind, but I think we've just barely lost it. I mean, not just barely. It was a close-ish game value-wise, but I'm actually ahead on value, which is weird. Maybe it's just I can't kill the trees. All right, so let's get you Chosen to move to the back point there. Threaten that. We're going to play to the bitter end, because you never know when you're going to be able to pull it out. Eric Warner, you'll be mulch for Dryads. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Some supporting words. I respect it. All right, Furies overhead, Forsaken coming down. Is there any way we can grind this objective back? I don't think so. I do not think so. Okay, so Aerial is getting it. She's taking some damage. Marauders can move back up this way, and now we have the Wild Hunters of Kurnus. So let's go ahead and slow them down. Slow those guys down. That's going to mitigate their charge efficiency, and then we're going to go here and get like a big collapse on them if possible. Yeah, that should be enough to actually punish them, believe it or not. All right, Marauders come over. Like, we're going to get that side point back, probably, but it's going to take a long time, and most of our heroes actually just got punished in that fight there, which feels bad. Oh, boy. Okay, yeah, so we do actually outplay those Wild Riders a little bit. Yeah, slow them down, lure them into NURGLE's warm embrace. Warm and stinky embrace, that is for sure. How are we looking here? We do have our Sorcerer Lord back. A couple Forsaken have rallied, so let's get you guys back there, back there. Get you over here. Oh, boy. GG, I think, guys. I think we're cooked here. It's a hard matchup for NURGLE, but I think we kept it pretty close, which I'm very happy about. Okay, let's charge into the Wild Hunters of Kurnus. NURGLE Cultist is back in business, baby. Let's get you downtown there. Maybe see if we can wrestle their home point. I seriously doubt it. Trees are going to be able to waddle here. Maybe calling out Rot Knights earlier, but there's still so many spears on the battlefield. It's like, it's tricky howitzers, right? All right, let's advance all of you guys on that point. See, we would get that point back, but we didn't get enough of a lead early where we could actually come back and get it, you know? We didn't. He was able to get the points back quick enough. I love the Aerial pick, though. It's very cool. She got 1,100 value, so nothing obscene, but still very, very badass. The goose is cooked. It is. It is. The Chosen, I think, were pretty good, though. I think they fought hard on the points. I'm trying to think what a tech I would do differently. Like, if I were expecting Dirthu, what would I switch up? Because you need something to fight those tree men. I didn't have any really effective fighting tools against them, you know? It just felt like I was kind of helpless there. Yeah, GG, well played. I mean, we get the side point back, which is cool. And, you know, over time, we could probably rotate and get this point, but there's not enough time. It's just straight up not enough. Aerial's over here in her fairy form. That objective should be flipping to us, and that's going to be it. GG, well played. Great game from Serkia. There's a reason he's one of the best Wood Elf players in the world. Very, very strong. Would my other build have worked better? No, probably not. The Soul Grinder build, maybe it would have been okay. My original build was with Soul Grinders, or a Soul Grinder. Plague Ogres are really vulnerable to Elven shooting, so I was nervous about the shooting. Maybe we didn't have an answer for the trees. They just kind of did whatever they wanted. Yeah. Chosen were Chads, though. They paid for themselves despite some hard fights, which I love Chosen. They're so cool. That was a really fun build. Aerial and Dirthu, and then Chosen of NURGLE. Very, very cool. All right, so Let me get this set up here. Where's that? The damn mouse pad's freaking out. Okay. The hardwood's too strong. It is. Okay, so let's go to the tournament. Say GG to my opponent. GG. Report, please. And we'll see how we're doing on the tournament. Are we ready for the next round? He went the Age of Sigmar build. What? Is that is there some Age of Sigmar juice in there? Tallyman, maybe? I'm not sure how we actually do that one matchup. Because this is, let me show you guys my build from my guide, which I've had good success with, but the problem is it's weak to the same thing. It just kind of struggles against the big trees. But, man, if he goes like pure archer and then I go to counter the trees, it's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors, right? I could go like Beasts of NURGLE. Beasts of NURGLE are like decent little armor-piercing fighters. Oh, right on, Eric. Oh, I'll tell Anna. That's very cool of you. Which one did you get, Eric? Deathcaster. It's too risky, though, I think. Yeah, we have a Discord channel. Anybody's welcome. We are playing on whatever the current patch is right now. Yeah, I think somebody was saying there's a patch coming out soon. I'm the one who should know, but I'm just all over the place these days. Yeah. I'm not sure how we change that. Maybe we need Exalted Heroes instead of Cultists. That would probably be the play. So get like Kha'Zix in there. Right? And then he can fight the trees with like an Exalted Hero in reserve. And I think, yeah, that's how you do it. Yeah, because then if we get those guys and just beat down the trees, we just win. So Kha'Zix plus Exalted Hero in reserve. That would probably be the adjustment I would make. Okay, we should be ready for the next round, though. Hold on. 1 game to go. Okay, cool. Ogres with great weapons, probably not. Yeah. Ogres with great weapons get melted by missiles way too hard, and elves usually have like a million eternal guard on the battlefield too, so it's a little bit cagey there. It's the no problem can't be solved with enough wolves. She has gotten so many compliments on it. Oh, really? That's awesome, Eric. Oh, I'll be. I'm gonna go grab some water, but I'll go tell her real quick. Yeah, she'll be very happy to hear that. BRB, 1 sec, guys. All right, guys, I'm back in business. What's going on? What is cracking? Next round is ready. Thank you, guys. You guys rock, man. Thank you for the heads up. Dude, Treemen shut down match. Treemen they were really good on that map too, because it's kind of a small, close quarters like brawler map. It was a really good adjustment for my opponent. Like he didn't just play like meta Wood Elf into NURGLE. He adjusted and played the map, which is a big part of domination mode. Is that as much of a thing in land battle? Hey, Canone, thank you for resubscribing. I appreciate you, boss. Like in land battle, do people like play maps, or is it more just kind of like, because in old school land battle you didn't really play maps except for like Pillar of Bone and uber small maps. I guess the Vanguard to points matter on certain battlefields. Okay, let's advance this. Yeah, we got it, Opal Black Bear. Don't worry, man. Don't you worry. Okay. Do you think weapons interacting and damaging things will ever be a thing? I think it could happen for sure. Not in this game, but in future games for sure. I think it's a good way to go. Okay. Round 2. So we have our opponent for round 2, which is, I believe, a very good Khorne player. So that should be fun. I always love playing Khorne versus NURGLE. It's a really fun matchup. It used to be pretty horrific for NURGLE, but we've discovered a couple techs that can do some work. Yeah, they're playing Khorne. All right, not surprised. Their name is literally Scarbrand, so. The only problem is they can go to my build guide and look at my build for this matchup, which kind of sucks, but I don't think we can afford to change. Patch days tomorrow. Partial notes have been revealed. Cool. Yeah, maybe we'll do a double header tomorrow. We'll do 2 streams. We'll do a ring stream and then a casted SFT later in the day. I haven't done a double header in a while. That would be fun. All right. So we would do like a Age of the Ring stream earlier in the day, and then at night we could do like a Total War stream. Yeah. Okay. No, big. I just do that when I'm really like got nothing else going on. Big old bear. Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna get that. All right. How do you play Khorne against your Tamarkon build? I'd have to think about it. I'd have to think about it. So we got to do our maps, picking bands, because I don't play Khorne too much. Khorne's very fun. I like them as a faction. The flavor's great. So ban outdoor farmlands. All right, awesome. Okay, and I'm gonna probably adjust my build a little bit, just because my opponent's gonna know what the build is if they just go to my YouTube channel. So I need to probably adjust it a bit. Okay. That's a fun option. So is that. I wonder which one's better. I have 3 builds versus Khorne, actually. I have freaking 3. This build, this is a variant of my build that I like a lot. Yeah. This one's going to be fun. You guys are going to like the way you look, I guarantee it. You're going to like the way you look, I guarantee it. Okay, a little bit funky, though. Let's see what the other ones have. Yeah, all right. That's a pretty badass take on the build, too. Cool. Yeah, Wrathmongers are a problem. They really are. Wrathmongers are your biggest issue. They're really, really nasty. But they can be beaten. It requires a bit of finesse, that's for sure. Okay, so in reserve. Do we want Angels of Decay here? A little bit too risky also. Not something I like. Okay. Yeah, looks fine. And we are switching up the build from our usual go-to. Okay, let's do the Poxmakers. Jade Tome has a pretty safe, accessible home point. Yeah, Wrathmongers are strong, but you know they're beatable. I mean, I was able to beat Oishi when he was spamming Wrathmongers, and he's way better than me. It's winnable, you know, but definitely hard to deal with. Definitely hard to deal with. Is there anything else we want to get? Khorne usually going to have a pretty big air force with Valkia. Valkia Force 1. I actually think this could be a clever tech. So let's try you out. And we're going to get that. And we're going to get this and put you on that. Just barely short. All right. There we go. I like this build. I think it's fine. I think it's got some teeth. They made a big thing about fixing Seeker hitboxes, and people are already saying it's not actually fixed. Yeah, classic. Classic. Anything else we want to spend our money on? I don't think so. Yeah, Curse of the Leper is one of your better techs against Wrathmongers. You just got to make sure it's not too obvious, or else they'll just run away. It has to be like during the heat of a big fight, because you can just run away from it, which is unfortunate. Here comes the max wall of Plague Bearers. Plague Bearers are okay against NURGLE. I think against Khorne. I think Bloodletters beat them though. Yeah. I am ready. I am ready. How much that's got to be? 775 there. Okay. And let's go. Let's go. Let's have some fun, man. The good times they're upon us. Yeah, new patch day, huh? Okay, so there's a patch tomorrow. I guess I should have known. Tomorrow's Tuesday, right? Seekers are slightly worse, but they're still stupid. Yeah. Yeah, we'll make a video on it, actually. That'd probably be good. Just not enough. Never enough. So Jade Tomb is a good map. We have a home objective, so it basically just becomes like a blob fight. What we want it to become is a blob fight on objective 1. Kugath is viable in this matchup, too, on certain maps. You can go Big Daddy Kugath. He's a problem, but he's really slow. Kugath is like just the lord of the mobility scooters. He's really does not get around the battlefield well. Let me some NURGLE, but gotta root for XMT Scarbrand training so he can get those 8 pages of Khorne. Uh-oh, that's not good. I don't like to hear that they've been training. This is my first tournament I played in like a month. Oh, all right. Still, it's like riding a bike. So we got NURGLing, so we're gonna instantly, holy shit, they can just like grab that right away. Okay, that's something. And we'll get you guys here too. So we could like on this map straight up just start on the point there. Okay. So this is going to be 1. So we got the Marauders. This is a variant of my Tamarkon build. where we use an Exalted Great Unclean One instead, and a separate Toad Dragon. So it's kind of cool. It like splits that, you know, because you get your caster. You don't have to like bring a caster on top of your Lord, which is nice. NURGLE's a very good faction if you practice them a lot. If you don't, if you're gonna get steamrolled by most people. Holy Chad build, that's right. We only play Chad NURGLE around here. We need to kill their horseman with the Noxbringer. That's like the biggest thing. All right. So let's get Noxbringer coming up. Let's do this. Pull you guys back. Get on that point a little bit. And Noxbringer just needs to close the distance on those horsemen because everyone and their dog brings 4 horsemen. Yeah, so we're just going to retreat back, yield that point for now. We're not going to be able to play it. And we'll start taking our first shots here, which is going to be fine. All right, so you move up. Outstanding. We do get a salvo. Does it get dodged? A little bit. Yep, it's fine. And you guys go here. Okay, let's move back up here. You want to shoot it like very close range. So it's going to be Skull Taker, Bloodwake Berserkers, you know, all that stuff that you guys know and love. Okay, let's do that. You guys here, and yeah, okay, I have an idea. So we do manage to hit them, and that's all that matters. We're just trying to drain ammunition, guys. That's all that really matters here. So Tamaracon and you need to, not Tamaracon, that big man, need to go do their thing there. We're going to call out some Pestigors, move over here, get you guys attacking into those, which is going to be nice. You do this, you do this. And we can also call out a Marauder Horseman of our own to chase a little bit, which is fine. And great. So we're moving up on the point. Toad Dragon's going to go after the big man, and we do manage to connect, which is good. Let's move you guys up on that point right there. Chase and chase. He's really trying to kill the Noxbringer, but I can probably just heal it with Fleshy in a moment, which is going to be fine. And a lot of these horsemen are actually being harried pretty hard, and it's nice for us. All right. So, yep, keep shooting. One of them does get broken here, so let's just turn about face, get on here. And the Toad Dragon of the Gods is now going to fight this way and move up. All right. So far, so good. The attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed. So, yeah, Toadie's kind of getting it a little bit. You know, obviously, Wrathmonger Man is very, very scary, but he's taking some damage. Remember, my opponent cannot heal. So that's the one thing that we really have going for us here. And, yeah, we're continuing to harry and shoot. Get another horseman coming out, and now we need to do a little overcasted Fleshy Abundance on these guys. Yeah, we can do the Marauders and have them get on the Wrathmongers here. Toad Dragon can turn and fight a little bit, and we do have the big scariness coming as well. All right, so Noxbringer needs to move up and shoot these guys. How's this fight looking? Yeah, it's reflecting some damage. We might need to retreat, though. Obviously, it's a little bit dodgy. Nurglings are reflecting and doing some work. We do have the Mortis Engine in there as well. And back here, I don't know what the hell's going on here. This is an absolute mess. Okay, do we have a Fury we can call it in a second? We're going to need to call in a Fury. All right, so Homie needs to get back. And how are we doing on the shooting? Here, we're going to need a Fury in a moment, so it's 650, and let's get that, and boom. All right, so they're going to come out, and they're going to get on these guys. And Big Man can drain for a second longer, but we're going to want to retreat and get our bearings here. Let's get the Toad Dragon over this way to help out with those, and we're going to get our Exalted Great Unclean One back right now. Yeah, we need to just get a big Fleshy Abundance and drop some fat heals right now. Cool. So, how's it looking here? Those are enemy Furies. They're getting wrecked by the Toad Dragon, which is outstanding. We can pull them across and dive here. We're just going to retreat, and we're going to need to pull in some buffering now to give our big monsters a little bit of room to heal. And do we manage to fold those guys up back there? We do. All right, so one is down for the count, and we're going to get you to chase over there. We are getting hunted pretty good. Let's get you back. We're going to want a big old heal here in a second. I'm obviously down in value, but that's okay. It's part of it. It's part of the game with NURGLE. You're always going to be down in value a little bit, but you just gotta keep on keeping on. You know, that's how you do it. A couple of horsemen do get hit here. We're going to go ahead and slow these guys, pull back. Get these guys in here against the Wrathmongers, you back, and then we're going to do an overcasted a little bit of this. Okay, so we need to get our SEs and gather them up. Have you guys shoot here. Toad Dragon can go ahead and prepare a breath attack for this. And now we got some Marauders coming in as well. Let's pull you guys back. All right, so we do get in combat there. The biggest Toadus is on his way. There's an opportunity for us to maybe get a 3v1 against his Lord and snipe it. Unfortunately, I didn't bring Rancid, but yeah, the Lord actually overextended a tiny bit, so that's good for us. All right, so we do get a lot of damage, but let's retreat back. We don't want to mess with those Minotaurs. They're scary. And get you guys onto this, and you guys need to retreat there. A couple of you guys come here, and we do have some Haggard Horsemen who have moved this way too. All right, cool. So now we can get a big old overcasted Fleshy, which is going to be nice. In the meantime, you keep shooting your shots there. I think I don't have enough time for an overcasted Fleshy, so I'm just going to do an individual one. And then we're going to try and take these guys down. Yeah, we're going to try and take down those Minotaurs that are in the back here. I do have a lot of money saved up. I think I'm going to save up for the Rotting Riders to help me fight some of these big threats. We do get in, and a couple Marauders are going to keep grinding as well. Let's get you back. How's this looking back here? Yeah, Fury should be able to rip it up. Get you guys out of here. Rotting Riders are so expensive, though. I don't know if I can afford to wait. I don't think I can. I think we just need buffering to help our characters out. Okay, so Toad Dragon's doing it. He's in all right shape. We do have some Rotters. Let's go screen those guys out. Let's get the big, great unclean one out of here. You guys can turn around and swarm these doggies here. Toad Dragon needs to retreat. Side point belongs to my opponent. That's fine, though. We're playing the long game where you just like kind of break their back over time. Okay, so Toad Dragon needs to retreat. Noxbringer and company should be able to win their respective fight. And yeah, now we need to get these horsemen coming under here. Just need to keep the Toad Dragon alive for a fleshy abundance, and then we're totally cooking. All right, Great Unclean One, unfortunately, is also getting hammered a little bit. So let's get you guys around the outside and have you go after this. Great Unclean One needs to escape this. I get snared by something. Ah, Tormentor Sword. Interesting. Who the hell is a Tormentor Sword on the corn roster? I'm totally blanking on this right now. All right, so get in there, get in there. Great Unclean One needs to come back, and we need to 2v1 this guy. It's possible. It is possible. So we're going to slow him down. And we're going to get the great boy over there to do his thing. Horsemen somehow get into melee with us. I don't know how they did that. That was some wild shit. And back here, let's get a Fury to chase these guys down. Let's get you guys to run them down here. And now we have the big party squad back here. We're just going to heal you up. That's going to be better. Yeah, we're going to heal you up here. And the Toad Dragon might actually rally, which is going to be excellent. Let's get another Horseman. If we can rally that Toad Dragon, that's going to be quite big. We do bonk him on the head with the big bell. So the bell, his bell has been rung. You guys into Bloodwake Berserkers. Really big thing is shutting down all the frickin', you know. Okay, Toad Dragon is rallied. Awesome, awesome. Let's bring the Toad Dragon back. We are down on points, but not too badly. And now this is where the Mortis Engine feasts, right? We start to really go hard in the paint here. So let's chase you guys. We can use some Horsemen to go harry and skirmish. Breath attack on these guys here. Sure, why not? That's actually not bad. Yeah, that's not bad there. All right, Pestigores move up into the Bloodwake Berserkers. We get the throw up going. And we have seemingly stabilized here. So let's get these Forsaken moving out this way. And you guys need to just get throwing weapons on Homeboy. Yeah, that's going to be the play. So we need to focus on getting this point back. Stay away from the Slaughter Guard because they're a very nasty unit. So stay away from the Slaughter Guard. Waddle the Great Unclean One away. You guys go right there. We see the enemy Lord is really in serious danger, which is nice. Yep, and we just avoid the halberds. Just, you know, tar pit them with infantry and shit and call it a day. Is there anything scary here fighting? Yeah, not really. Okay. Cool. So let's go get that point. You guys come in here. Great Unclean One and company able to bunker bust his position. Let's go after you because he's slipping up a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and just try and Lord Snipe right now. So we're going to do that. All right. Forsaken and company, go get that objective. And the Lord has got to be close to dying, right? It's got to be close. All right. So we're going to get a heal on you. And we do manage to take down Skull Taker and get our objective back. So that's quite huge. Just got to stay away from those halberds. I don't know what keeps snaring us. Maybe he's just really slow. Okay. It's just the fact that he's really slow. All right, and yep, jump into the Furies right there. Keep the Great Unclean Chungus moving around. Noxbringer has some good ammo left, so let's get you guys up this way. And now we have a lot to call in here, I guess. So let's get you and you. Yeah, Chariot character as well. I brought it against the Wrathmongers. Great Unclean One can go there. And you can see now that the Toad Dragon is feasting like the Heathen Kings of old as we steal our opponent's hide objective. All right, so throwing weapons onto the Stern Guard there. Not Stern Guard, the Slaughter Guard. They're just slaughtering Stern, you know, various scary adjectives are being brought to bear from my opponent here. All right, let's go get the Chariot to run down these Horsemen. Our Great Unclean One is in a bit of a dodgy situation. Do I have enough for another big heal? I do not. So the only healing we're going to get is basically Fecundity. All right, so we have that, and let's bring you guys back here to make sure we stabilize this. Toad Dragon, Breath Attack on the Horsemen. We'll finish them off. Noxbringer can turn and shoot as well. And dealing with those lead infantry is going to be incredibly difficult, man. It's going to be very hard. Oh my god, there's still one Wrathmonger, by the way, just like cackling it up here. That's absolutely hilarious. All right, let's get you guys to chase, And yep, Chariot Man runs in there. And let's call in some more Horsemen. Get those Horsemen out on the field. Unfortunately, the Toad Dragon does get broken, which feels really bad. Forsaken probably going to need to guard that outside point. Hopefully we can rally that Toady. That would be great. Great Unclean One and getting caught in halberds, not what we want, so we need to waddle away. If he dies, I could lose this game. So we need to make sure that we don't lose him. All right, so the Horsemen are offline and the halberds are broken too. All right, great. You can see this matchup is very cagey. We're clearly playing a very strong Khorne player also, so it's not being made easy for us. All right, Nurglings and Nurglings just for bodies to get in front of the Great Unclean One. He's still going. All right, Horsemen, we need to control group them. Let's put him in control group 3. That's got to be clean. And Noxbringer can just shoot at... Does it have any ammo left? It does. All right, guys, so we have some ammo there. I'm not going to have enough for another heal, so all we get is Curse of the Leper, guys. That's it. We have Curse of the Leper at home. Oh, Noxbringer direct hit right there. Probably going to break the leadership of those guys. Awesome. Let's go help the Noxbringer win against those freaking 2-model Wrathmongers. And now we can get the big man in there and win. Yeah, so we win this game, I think. It's a really sweaty match, like very, very sweaty. Okay, Forsaken are chilling out on the outside. Great Unclean One's gonna move up, and oh, we still got it, baby. Still got it. All right. Holy shit, that was sweaty. Oh, that was a really, really tense game. The frickin' all the annoying things about Khorne were in play. The Wrathmongers, the freaking horsemen with fire damage. Yeah, it was something. So that's a variant of my Tamarkon build where you kind of split your power between two models instead of putting them all in Tamarkon. Great Unclean One was really good too. He's an excellent fighter. He can go hard. Toad got 1800. Noxbringer got 19. Aside from that, everything else performed pretty well, I would say. GG, well played. Love to watch the Arwar Wrathmongers bleed. Yeah, as a vampire count, man, I'm sure you can. I'm sure you do appreciate that. All right. Cool. All right, thank you guys for joining. That was round 2 in today's tournament. So we're still in it. If we win our next couple games, we could qualify for top 4. NURGLE, that matchup is winnable without Noxbringer. You could use a regular one. The regular one isn't quite as good, but you could get away with it. You're not like super dependent on it, Eric. You're not super dependent on it. Oh, my opponent just dropped after they lost. Oh, my tiebreaker's been ruined. Oh, Anakin, I'm too weak. All right, so we will do this. I have to admin it. Oh, my opponent dropped and ruined my tiebreaker score, guys. We're probably cooked. If they stayed in, we have a chance, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so that's not a buy round. That's going to be you. Okay. And that needs to be a point here. All right. No, because if they bring Valkia, they beat your Air Force. Yeah, I'm going to look at Broken Arrow. It's something I'm actually a little bit interested in. It's the Tamarkon style, using like a big SE to kind of punish the matchup. Okay, let's refresh this. I didn't know that the Herald... Oh, was that a Herald? Oh, shit. That is a Herald. All right, so I should be on the board now, which is good. And we just need to see what's going to happen next. Let me make sure. I'm just making sure my opponent meant to drop. Let's see if they did. Just confirming with them. Okay. Yeah, so they're dropping, which is fine. It happens. People got stuff that comes up. I like that build, though. It was good. It was good. It is good. So Herald of Khorne has a Tormentor Sword. That really caught me off guard a couple times, like being able to lock down the big stuff. Let's see. So if we go to the Khornate roster, and that was just a regular Herald of Khorne. He doesn't have it. Oh, shit, he does have a Tormentor Sword. That's actually really strong. I mean, okay, that also explains why he got killed quicker. Because the Skull Taker is way harder to kill in my experience. Yeah. Skarbrand would have actually been a bit of a menace there for me, because Skarbrand can fight those big NURGLE monsters pretty effectively. Yeah, Maximilianer, exactly. That's a great way to put it. Okay, so how are we looking here? The rounds are coming together. 2 rounds have finished. We have a little bit of time. Our game was pretty quick, I do dare say. We're going to have a hard time making top 4, though, with our opponent having dropped. We're going to have a very hard time. Hey, Mr. BD, love your Warcraft 3 playing Grubby's tournament. Your commentating is so fun to listen to. Thank you, man. I'm glad you think so. I had a great time in that event. That was some of the most fun I had had gaming in a long time. Also was very, very nervous. Like, super nervous for that event. Man, oh, man. Test Angels of Valkia. Well, if the problem is Khorne Furies plus Valkia can be a pretty menacing Air Force. Yeah. Yeah, Skull Taker has 15 more MD on the Skull Throne. I think he also has more HP, too, so he's just harder to kill in general. But yeah, the Tormentor Sword is really good. I mean, I almost lost a couple of my big monsters several times because of that. Yeah, so that's Trixie Hobbitses, man. I love playing NURGLE, though. NURGLE's such a fun faction. They're kind of like a suffering faction. You have to be willing to suffer a little bit, you know, which is very lore friendly, right? If you want to enjoy the blessings of the Plague Father, you know, you got to get in and play a little bit dirty. Yeah. Should check out the 3 paragraphs of multiplayer changes. Can somebody in Discord send me the link to the patch notes? And I can take a look at those. We can look together. I've only played Total War Rome and Warhammer 2. What is this tournament format? All right, William. So firstly, thank you for joining, man, and welcome, welcome. This is a single faction tournament, which means you pick one of the 24 playable factions in the game and you play them the entire way through. So it's very good for beginners. What you do is you play 4 rounds. So even if you lose your first round, you continue playing. So after 4 rounds of playing a different opponent with a similar win rates every single round, the top 4 players who have the best records will advance to a semifinal and a grand final. So it's called the single faction tournament, SFT. Yeah. Swiss. The format is Swiss SFT, which is great. Okay. And refreshing. Some of the games are still finishing, but how was our game so quick, by the way? I feel like that game was not fast. Like, I felt like that game was a grind, but like all the other games are still going. Hey, Inorias, thank you for the link. About halfway down. Swiss, yeah. I'll play some Chaos Dwarves, Oscar. 100%. They're my other favorite faction, so. Okay. Let's see here. I'm looking for the multiplayer stuff. So this is battle and gameplay in unit. Okay, is this actual multiplayer? I think this is it. I'm just reading it to make sure. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at these patch notes real quick. Very, very short. It's just a minor thing. So Minotaurs of Khorne and Minotaurs can now hide in the trees. That's funny. Ilariel has martial prowess when mounted on an eagle. That's a pretty good buff. The Mark of Slaanesh has been added to Caress the Darkling Prince and Mark of Tzeentch to the Undivided Princes. Kelsus on a War Shrine has the health corrected. Okay, so these are just summons. The Georgina can now fire while moving when mounted on a Warhorse. Probably not relevant at all. Reduce the melee attack and melee defense of Seekers by 2. Reduce the armor-piercing damage of Seekers of Slaanesh by 4 and increase their base weapon damage. Okay, so they lost AP. And increase the radius ratio of units mounted on steeds. So this is basically saying they made it so not as many of them fight at once. I don't know how that's going to be. Yeah. Eshin Maneaters now have the Ogre Charge attribute. Oh, that's nice. So Steven Seagal has the Ogre Charge now. Yeah, nothing really that significant. It's pretty small. Probably not even worth resetting the stats for. I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, I don't know. I hope that's enough for Seekers, because they're a really, really busted unit. They're really busted. Like, they're the reason why Slaanesh is banned most of the time, but even still, Hellstriders need a nerf also. Yeah, they do. I don't know if that'll ever happen, though. Because Slaanesh is going to get really scary when it's a shame, they're getting an update, and they're going to get even stronger, and they haven't been adequately nerfed. So that's a tricksy one. Tricksy Hobbitses. Yeah, we took a little peek there. Doesn't a drop count as a forfeit? I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah, so my opponent dropped. It gives me the win. But let me explain to you why that's bad when they drop. So if you're in a tournament, okay, here's the tournament page. Row 1, row 2, those are the different rounds. At the end, it uses the total amount of victory points you have to determine who's going to be on like the top 4, right? But if you have a tie with somebody else, it uses the strength of schedule. So it takes the total amount of wins that your opponents have. So if I play somebody and beat them and then they drop out of the tournament, I don't get, then I have no chance of getting extra tiebreaker points because that person dropped out. So I lose one of my entire tiebreakers. Now, the advantage I have is that Serkia is one of my opponents who probably is going to go undefeated. So that is kind of how that works. Yeah. Hopefully that explanation was suitable. All right, let's get that over there. And here we go. Okay, refresh this. Tournament page is loading. And we're going strong. All right, 4 games to finish. So halfway done with the round. I mean, they should be wrapping up in the next 10 minutes. Yeah, rune seeding, correct, yeah. So it's not like it's like a super helpful thing when somebody drops. What is your favorite non-ROR unit for NURGLE? I recently watched Milk and Cookies video, so I'm curious about your best unit. I mean, Milk and Cookies videos are probably going to be more focused on like conquest, land battle, casual battles. If we're talking hyper competitive, probably one of the best non-ROR units for NURGLE is the Pestigore. The Pestigores are incredibly good. They give NURGLE a fast Vanguard unit. They have good armor piercing and poison, a massive HP pool. They're just ultimately a very, very solid unit. So that would probably be my 2 cents. Oh. Yeah, it's different. I mean, the other great units on NURGLE, I mean, I'm trying to think. Yeah, the Pestigore is probably their best unit. Their Forsaken are incredibly good too. NURGLE Forsaken are nice compared to other Forsaken because they have higher melee defense. So like a lot of the other Forsaken have very low MD, but these guys have a decent amount for what they are. Oh, we're talking about the bolt throwers. Oh, you're talking about, yeah, aren't Chaos Dwarves getting like a bolt thrower or something? They have them in tabletop. In tabletop, Chaos Dwarves have a bolt thrower crew. Hey T-Gray, welcome man. Hope you're doing well. We're just in round 3 of the tournament. Pestigores are the only ones that can run the ball in Blood Bowl. That's true. NURGLE's Blood Bowl team is very fun. I've been getting a bit of an itch to play Blood Bowl. I'm not going to lie. Is Blood Bowl 3 in a better place now? Do they have some like tools and different things they can coaches can work with? Okay, still loading here. 1 game to finish. Okay, we got 1 match and then we're going over to round 3. It's definitely better now, Can Noodle says, than it was. Dude, Blood Bowl 3 was absolute trash at launch. It was so goddamn bad. I remember just like trying to start a league in the Discord and there was like no features. We couldn't advance the rounds. It was just awful. Oh my God. It's like criminal releasing games in a state like that and tricking people into paying money for them, you know? Oh. Yeah, all the marked Gores are good. None of them are bad. Like every marked Gore unit is solid. But so are Marauders. Like baseline NURGLE Marauders are really good. They have high melee defense for their cost. Oh, that's not true. Actually, the Spunky Forsaken are really quick. They have 46 movement speed. Forsaken are faster than Pestigores, but Pestigores have Vanguard, so that's like the trade-off. They kind of equal out in the end. The update's all right. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Darn, I'm getting a Warhammer 3 because you're boyfriend your content, so hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, welcome. And if you want to join our Discord too, there's a lot of great people in there who will give you advice on how to play the game. You come as a meager nurgling. I'm painting a great unclean one in the garage right now. He's looking real nasty. I kind of got lazy though and just used a lot of washes, but we'll post a picture when he's done. Yeah, Spalder, I hope so. I hope so. Hope it eventually comes to a good place. Forsaken or Forsaken, so you forget them. Yeah, ain't that the truth? All right, round is ready. We're going to be advancing to round 3, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Lariel getting plus 12 melee defense on her Eagle is a huge buff, actually. Yeah, it is, because she's usually brought on her Eagle and not like, you know, horseback or whatever. All right, so let's advance to Swiss. Here we go. Round 3. Perfect. And I have my opponent. All right. How's it going to be? And where are we at? It's upcoming tournaments, tournament announcements, round 3. All right, all right. So here we go. We got our opponent. Let's have some fun. Let's see what's cooking. It's going to be rec here. So let's get into a lobby, do that. Here we go. Go find them in Discord. Yo, yo, good luck, have fun. I don't know what my opponent's playing, but we're going to find out here in a moment. Yeah, it's going to be good. You Googled big business and ended up here? What? That doesn't even make sense. You painted a black dragon last weekend. Nice. You should post a picture in our Discord. We have a little hobby section, which is always fun. And maps, what are they going to be? So who bans the first map? He does. Okay. So round 3 is going to be Scalandir's Cave, the Womb of Sorrow, and Chateau de Roquefort. Hey. So you ban first. Okay, team. So they're on the Dork Elves. I played this matchup recently, had some fun with it. I learned a very valuable lesson about the matchup. So we're going to do this. Good. Yeah, it looks good. No complaints. Does your community have good painters? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of really talented painters on our Discord. Yeah. One round of Age of the Ring. Age of the Ring tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing Age of the Ring, like a mini tournament in the morning, I think, which is going to be great. So I'll gather some of the lads and we'll have like a mini faction war, which will be good fun. Dragons OP. Yeah, dragons are very strong. Dragons are the most cracked thing in tabletop, actually. In Warhammer the Old World, they're super unfair to play against. All right, good luck, have fun. I think our build is solid. It's I learned a big lesson last time I played Dark Elves when I lost to them, so... oh, that's right, Ban Skull and your Scave. Okay, so they don't want to play the big map, which is a huge win for me. We will play Chateau de Roquefort is probably a good map. Let me see. I don't remember what this map looks like. Yeah, we'll play... We're going to play Chateau. There we are. This map has some trees and some line of sight issues, so you got to make it a little bit more difficult. That's right, Pone. That's right, it does. Pone and the dreaded Smaug from Lord of the Rings. I've been getting super hyped to play the Middle-earth strategy battle game again. How many of you guys in chat have played it, by the way? Do we have any Middle-earth chads in here who played the Games Workshop Lord of the Rings game, or who still play it? Yeah, it's really, really fun. It's a great, great game. So I got my build ready. We're chilling. I had a build prepared for this matchup, so. My original build was not great. Yeah, you have? Not recently, though. I play War Master. It's awesome. War Master is the 40k one, right? Like the massive scale. Are Greenskins bottom tier these days? They're not. They're a good faction. Greenskins are a solid mid-tier faction. Daniel, it goes good. Yeah, we're looking around. It's a little bit... California is so expensive. I love California. It's amazing. But yeah, the price of living here is just... It's too damn high. Having a local, the old world community that has a gentleman's agreement to not do Hero Hammer. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Age of the Ring faction mini tournament. Sounds fun. Round of time. We're going to see if we're going to do an open thing or we're just going to get like 4 people and have like a showcase event. We're not sure yet. Because what we don't want is to have like a bunch of new players join and then have a Smurfs come in and just troll and like ruin everybody's day. Yeah, because our community's still learning the game. No, Hellcat, I didn't watch it. No. All right. We are ready. We got the Dork Elves here on Chateau de Roquefort. And NURGLE is ready to feast. All right, guys. I'll be back in just a moment. I am ready, so we're just waiting on my opponent here. And GLHF. All right, guys, we're back in business. What's cooking? What's going on? All right. So opponent's still not ready. I'll talk about the dynamics of this matchup a little bit as we get in here. Any idea why Ulrika isn't used more? She's really expensive, yeah. I mean, Shadow Magic is good, but she's really pricey. Ulrika would probably need like a cost reduction to be viable. Would be my 2 cents. Yeah. How do you force yourself to stay awake when you want to take a nap? Oh man, there's no secret to that really. Just case by case basis. Just sheer willpower, I suppose. Have you seen the new patch for Warhammer? Yeah, we just looked at it actually just before you joined the stream. Little nerf to Seekers. We'll see if it actually matters. They should have actually cost increased Hellstriders too. That would be my 2 cents. You played some Battle for Middle-earth 2 as a kid? Yeah. It's a great game. It's super fun. The mod that we have is just God's here. The Age of the Ring mod is so freaking good. I've been maining Harad. They're so fun. Like the Southerners. Yeah, it's great. All right, guys. So here's what we got. We got some baseline Marauders. We got 2 of those guys with Festus, so they're gonna go there. We have 2 character bullies. So these guys are there to hunt like Medusas and dragons and things like that. Frolicker is going to move up through the trees here and grab this points. We got you guys in group 3, and then group 4, we have the big beastie here. All right. Good luck, have fun. All right, all right. What is going on? What does my opponent have? They have a 13-man army, which is decently sized. Noxbringer is there to kill the enemy archers. It's going to be very big. Yeah, Battle for Middle-earth 1 was a great game too, but I prefer the map control, like building on the map and being able to do all that, rather than just base building. There are 2 different factions, south of Mordor and east of Mordor. Yeah, so you have, well, they're not really neutral, but you have the Easterlings, which are east, obviously. And then you have the Haradrim, which are in the south, like Harad, Waith, and Far Harad, Near Harad, all that stuff, yeah. All right, so Dark Riders, we have Lokir Chadhard on a dragon, which is very cool. And yeah, we have our characters who can fight Lokir, though, so I'm not too worried about that. What's East? Yeah, the Easterlings, correct. So that's like the Golden King and all that stuff, yeah. If Gunhound was here, he could explain it all to you guys. He's like the Dark King of Lord of the Rings lore. So we fight over the middle, basically. That's what it's going to be. So we're going to get Festus and company heading over there. Noxbringer needs to move up, and we need to just find archers and start shooting at them. That's basically all there is to it. All right, Forsaken. Why have you forsaken me? Okay, so character squad can move over there. We get the dreaded bolt thrower. Whoa, that's some forbidden tech there. I could try and get some Furies around the outside, maybe. We're going to do that. Nurglings are going to park here, and we got the Forsaken coming up to fight over that objective too. All right, so they're going to get chased off here, and Noxbringer is shooting into archers, and it has not made contact yet. Sad face. It's going to shoot right now, and hopefully it does, because those archers are a problem. They can do quite a bit of damage. All right, Forsaken are moving. Hopefully they can wrestle that outside point there. And we get some Pestigors. Ah, should have vanguarded them, shit. Okay, we do get the objective, though, which is cute. So points are points. Characters down here. Let's get you guys back. Make sure the Noxbringer can avoid the bolt throwers. So we're going to weasel on away here. We need to follow around Lokir, and I think I saw something get summoned down there. Festus is lurking, and we just need to keep you near Lokir. And the Noxbringer can just keep shooting at these archers. I think it's having problem with the hills, like line of sight issues on the hills. Yeah, there's a little bit of funkiness going on here. All right, Noxbringer, get back. You guys get back here. Characters retreat and fight here and fight here. And Festus is going to get attacked by the dragon, which is fine. We're going to put on healing and boom. All right, so now those characters are going to go after Lokir. They're going to be pretty menacing. We got you little gremlins back here, and Noxbringer needs to start shooting there. Dodge that if possible. And cool. So you could see that our character squad is doing a lot of work against the big man. It's calling some Pestigors on the outside. Go here. And yeah, man, he's taking a whooping right there. He's taking a righteous whooping. All right, we can go ahead and hit him with a Rancid to really, really top him off there. So we're going to get that outside point. Here it's a little bit dodgy. We do have the Nurglings, but that's pretty much it. And yeah, you just keep shooting at those guys. And we do manage to punish them back, right? So that's how we do here. So Festus is going to go Mortis Engine mode now and start draining those guys down. We don't really care about this side too much. We got the middle and we have the outside here, so we're totally cooking there. We only need 2 objectives to win this game, right? So just stay out of range of the archers, keep bombarding them with these guys, call another Pestigor in and just kind of press from all sides, and then we should be good. All right. So yeah, we do get the Mortis Engine effect. Lokir is very, very damaged, which is great to see. Noxbringer can turn around, start shooting at these guys, and let's do this. Great Weapon Boy's going to move in, but Dark Riders won't be able to really threaten them too much. Where do we go? Lokir got really, really beaten up. That is a Blackheart Corsair. Okay. Forsaken have gotten this point, so let's bring him over to the middle to make sure we don't lose it. Really nice breath attack from my opponent. That was a beautiful play. I really like that. It's very, very clean. We're going to need some Fast and Furious units. Keep shooting into these guys, and we could almost charge them, but yeah, I don't want to risk it. So Festus getting hunted again. Let's go healing. Let's go with the characters. Kazakh is going to run over there. We're going to need to use a heal on Festus soon. All right, so Festus's bodyguards are coming to help him. Yeah, they do get there, which is awesome to see. On the outside point, in the middle, it's looking a little bit dodgy. We are getting good shots into those units there. And cool, so let's just keep moving here. Great. So how are we looking against the big boy? He's taking some damage. Festus is still doing it. We do get hit with a nice burning head right there, so very, very clean stuff. Let's get you guys moving in. Supporting Festus. Kazakh and company can keep battling you. And yeah, we need to get something on those archers, so I'm thinking of saving up for double Fury and just running them down. How's this looking over here? Yeah, the Furies are the Crows of Cain or whatever the hell they are. They're doing some work. So Mortis Engine effect, let's get that back online. And we have 2 overextended archers right here, so what we're going to do is call in 1 and 2. Just saving up for 2 at a time to make it harder to deal with. So we're going to get one of you and one of you. Noxbringer is doing some excellent work, by the way. The Mortis Engine draining is also carrying. I think we're in a winning position for sure. We do see the Medusa coming in, the Bloodrack Medusa. Let's pull you guys back. Furies have now descended on the archers. So there they go. Very nice. And they should be taken offline. So they're offline. So let's just get on these guys now and switch the Noxbringer onto these guys, which is good. All right, so Festus is going to want to heal. I'm just going to heal him to be really safe. Good thing I did it right as the dragon attacks. Jeez Louise. All right, so Festus got a heal off. Thankfully, he's not on fire or anything. He's going to try and waddle away. I could be in danger of losing him here, which would be really unfortunate. Yeah, we need to get these characters out, but they're just slightly trapped. Horsemen, where are the horsemen at? All right, horsemen need to come up and under, and we need to go to Festus and go ahead and use a fecundity. We just need to do everything we can to keep him alive. Yeah, he's going to stand and fight here because he's not going to be able to get away. Might as well do some damage if we can. Horsemen coming under here on the outside objective. We are slowly winning that one. And, man, yeah, he's being punished by Loki here, but we do manage to get that fat heal off, so. You always, with Festus, you always want to give him bodyguards. That's like a really, really big play. All right, on the outside, let's do double Marauder. So we're just going to get chaff units to come up and hold the side there. And Loki is getting smashed. Yeah, he's getting overwhelmed a little bit, but my opponent is going to get the objective advantage on us, although the Pestigors are winning their respective fights over there. Noxbringer getting shots in and melting these guys down, but let's get them in melee now. Loki are very, very low. Let's see if we can chase them down. All right, so if we win this, we're going to be 2-1 in the tournament, which is great. That's going to give us a slight chance for top 4, but considering my opponent dropped, it really mitigates the effectiveness of that. And unsummon and unsummon. You want to unsummon units as the battles go on, or else you're going to run out of reinforcements. So when a unit's really raggedy, you kind of bring them back in here. All right, so you guys get that. You guys run down these archers here. We are down on points, but not for long. We have 2 great weapons moving up there. We'll get some Battletoads coming to provide mass, so they don't get bullied by cavalry. And let's just go to the outside point. There's no sense in playing where we're weak, right? You want to play to your strengths. All right, so Medusas are extremely good in this matchup, and that's why you bring the 2 characters. Let's go healing elixirs. And now we got that objective in our clutches. Nice, nice, very, very good. Perfect, Anakin, perfect. All right. So there we go. We got Battletoads. Not going to have to worry about that objective here. Medusa is going to get blasted by those characters super, super hard. And Noxbringer has a little bit of ammo left. Nothing really worth shooting. The bolt throwers are just not very good. You know, they're kind of a mediocre unit. All right, Sun Summon you. Keep the Nurglings there. And we do get the Medusa gone. So we were able to hunt down the Medusa. Witch Elf's coming out here. So it's a good thing we sent some freaking Battletoads. You know, it's a good thing we did. Value, we're ahead, and we are playing NURGLE, so that's a big value lead. We're going to keep all these guys here, maybe move this single entity over to the middle. We don't want to keep chasing, though. We got to get back because of the cap here. So we're going to slow down those guys using Curse of the Leper. And let's go over here. All right, so we have Battletoads. So Battletoads on you. You guys go here. You guys go here. And now we're going to call in some Bile Trolls. Bile Trolls will smash infantry. Holy shit! Did you see the damage the Toads just did to those freaking Witch Elves? It was like half health. Whoa, holy shit. Since when are Battletoads that good? I guess they're really lightly armored, so there is that. All right, so keep running away with you. We have the Pestigors, and Festus and company are going to go. I mean, we could probably beat them with like our characters and some horsemen. Let's see if we can lure them out, actually. I think that's going to be fine. But yeah, Battletoads are doing real, real good there. Bile Trolls are also going to solidify that position. I'm happy to take this fight now. With like a little bit of support, we'll just be able to overwhelm them. Like, even though these Rot Knights Colden Spear Riders are very good here, we have so much power here between the 2 characters and the Soul Grinder that it's not really going to matter too much. All right, so Dark Elves are running out of steam. We've been able to bunker bust them over here. Let's get this. Bile Trolls are going to bring them to the club, you know, make them listen to some 50 Cent, which is going to be good. And yeah, you can see we wear these guys down, so it doesn't matter too much there. All right, got to reinforce where we're winning. Let's call in the big boys. Let's get that. Let's do this. And we are going. Dark Elf's trying to threaten this point a little bit. Colden Spear Riders still fighting like absolute chads. Definitely the right choice to reinforce out here because they are going to be putting more pressure on. Colden Riders are almost done. Any heals I want to do, I think we just save it. Yeah, get another Pestigor coming. Festus can waddle back over to the point for now. We're in danger of losing it for sure. We're going to switch him to his Mortis Engine effect. And those guys are broken, so now we can come over here and get those SEs to really bully that one down. And we're going to rotate to the middle too. I think that's going to be a fine choice. Just try and get all the objectives right there. 1,000-year witches versus some chonky frogs. Well, you know, to be fair, the frogs could have been training a while too. GG. Still got it. Still got it, baby. Capriola, thank you for resubscribing. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Battletoads, no joke. Battletoads, no joke. Really Chad Lokir Fellhart play. I've been seeing a bit more Lokir. The bolt throwers are always a disappointment, honestly. They're pretty mediocre, except in really niche situations. Like, they just don't do enough damage to take down a Soul Grinder quickly enough. It needs to be like a cannon or something, right, to do that. Build works good. We had answers for everything, right? I felt pretty good. Felt pretty smooth. GG. All right, let me message. GG, well played. So we're going to report that score and do this. Yeah, so the battle ends after a certain amount of points. So whoever gets 1,500 points first wins. So it's a combination of destroying your opponent's army and controlling the objectives, basically. There's plenty of games where people don't even care about the objectives at all in the beginning. All they do is value trade and try and farm their opponent's army, and then they grab the objectives later and win. Like, there's a lot of diverse ways to play this game. The tactics are very deep in the faction range. It's really amazing, honestly. Like, it's really, really good kind of hybrid RTS. Hey, welcome from Australia. All right, James, hope you're doing well, boss. We're 2-1. Wanted to share that if you hold spacebar, it outlines the units in green or red and makes it much easier to land a spell. Nice, tactical, thank you, man. I've done that before, but not in ages. Yeah, the toads were surprising. The toads dragged those witches into the ditches, burned through the witches and slam. They certainly did. They got Rob Zombied a little bit there, you know? Yeah, it depends on our... Man, the fact that our tiebreaker left is a bummer. We would have had a really good chance of making top 4, actually. Although if we lose this next game, it doesn't matter anyways. Because at the minimum, you need to go 3 wins and 1 loss to make top 4 in these tournaments. So I have to win the next game to have a chance. Ziggy says, I just finished Gotrek and Felix series. What are some other good Warhammer reads? So to be completely honest with you, I've only read the Gotrek and Felix books. So I can't really recommend. But I'm sure there's some people in chat who can really, really let you know. Does anyone know if the NURGLE tier 3 army ability? It's not really worth it, Cam, because being able to slow things down and heal is way better in my experience. Yeah. Mattless Darkblade is a solid series to read. I'm sure the Vampire Wars are good, though, too. That's like one of the coolest points in history in Warhammer, right? Super epic. You get like the Battle of Helm Fen and everything, and just like these grand clashes between good and evil. Pretty fun. All right. Bruin of the Bounty Hunter is awesome. I have not read that. I've heard good things about it, though. It's like, is that a witch hunter, or is he a witch hunter or a bounty hunter? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. What's it going to be? We got a couple games. So the next round is going to be the 4th and final round of regulation. And then we go on to the semifinals and the grand finals from there. So thank you guys so much for joining. It's been this has been an insanely fast tournament, though. People have been moving quick. I find it weird that Slaanesh has physical resist when NURGLE followers are known for their resilience. Yeah, so the mark of NURGLE gives its followers higher melee defense. So that's how that's reflected. Whereas, yeah, it is weird, though. Slaanesh is just such a good faction. They're just kind of tanky and fast and hard-hitting. They're good at everything, which is not what you want, really, in a balanced game. And plus, Pavane of Slaanesh is one of the most cracked things ever. Like, if we get this DLC and Slaanesh hasn't been properly balanced by then, what we probably do is we just, no Pavane is allowed, no Pavane of Slaanesh, and no Seekers, right? And maybe they could be fair at that point. Yeah, Cloud of Flies should give more missile resist. I agree. I think it would, like, if they got like a 10% missile resist, it would be kind of cool. Something small, but not insignificant, would be the way to do it. Yeah. Just an idea. All right, so next round, what is going to be the situation here? Yeah, 4 lads still playing, and we are going. Yeah, Thankful is a fun character. If you want, he's very memey. He's like a 1980s, 1990s cartoon villain who always like shows up with with all the tools to win something, and then they just fumble it. That's like Thankful. He's a classic Skaven. Yeah. Slaanesh is incredibly tanky because you have to remember the entire Slaanesh roster has very, very high melee defense. Well, not very high, but pretty good. Like, if you look at their warriors, they have, like, super high melee defense. At 54 on their Hell Scourges is nuts. On top of that, they have Phys-Res and they're immune to Psychology. So Slaanesh units cannot be terror routed, which is insane. Like, terror routing is such a valuable thing in this game for breaking objectives and, like, winning blob fights. And the fact that the entire roster is immune to terror rout is nuts. It's really, really nuts. And that's not even true in Tabletop. In Tabletop, they're immune to panic tests, but they're not immune to terror. I don't know how you would reflect that in this game. Maybe you could make Slaanesh immune to fear. That would actually be more fair. Like if Slanesh was immune to fear mechanics, but they could be terror routed, that would be a really good balancing change, honestly, because it's just so freaking strong. Yeah, it's so freaking strong. All right, BRB 1 sec, guys. All right, guys, we're back. Next round should be starting here in a second. How many of you guys agree with me? How many of you homies in chat agree that bread is just like the best food on the planet? Just like straight up like a good fresh bread roll. Oh, God. My local market, they just picked up like this new sourdough provider. It's like there's just this family in town who just like cooks it out of their house and brings the bread fresh every single day. And then the next day they come and they collect all the old bread and replace it with fresh bread. Oh God, it's so good. So this morning I just straight up deep throated a freaking sourdough bread roll. It was so good. It was like a sourdough baguette, like fresh. Oh man. Yeah, European bread is extremely good. Bread in Poland is really, really good. Yeah. Counterpoint cheese. I think so. I don't eat cheese anymore, but even when I did, like bread is what makes the cheese good. Like you put the cheese on your sandwiches, on your pizza. You know, all that kind of good stuff. Spaghetti adventures, we don't ask those questions around here. We just roll with it. Yeah, we just roll with it. Oh, dude, when you have like bread being cooked somewhere and you smell that like fresh bread, it's something about it that just like creates calmness and security. It's a weird thing. It's like it's my ancient peasantry feeling the sense of comfort. You know, fresh bread is so good. It is. I think I've been considering learning how to become a baker. I think that'd be really fun. Yeah, just getting in there. Cheese. My wife is a big cheese enjoyer. She likes all the cheeses, like the stinky cheeses and the blue cheese and brie and all that. I can't get into the stinky cheese. You know, like that really smelly cheese. Yeah, I can't do it. Artisan ciabatta with some strong cheddar or blue cheese. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, bread and cheese goes together very well. All right. It's not fun unless... Yeah, I would just be very casual. I wouldn't be trying to be a baker as a profession. It would be a very casual thing. You know? You gain 10 pounds after getting a bread maker? Oh, really? You're like, oh, I'm just going to throw some dough in there. You know? Yeah, that's funny. The stinkier the cheese, the better. Yeah, what is it? Okay, so here's my question. When you smell stinky cheese, it smells awful, right? But it doesn't taste that way, right? It's obviously tastes like, has a different taste to it. Yeah. I know you'd think as a NURGLE enjoyer, I would appreciate the stinky cheese a little bit more, but that's not the case. Oh man, we're so close to top 4, guys. It's actually possible. It's legit possible here. Have you ever had fried breadsticks? I think so, at some point. When we can expect a Turin tavern opening, bread and ale, let's freaking go. Yeah, just like some medieval tavern. Yeah. Baking is great if you want cooking to be more scientific, all about getting the proportions just right. I don't know, yeah, is that me though? I'm not really a scientific kind of guy. I'm not a numbers guy. Go full of sweat baking. Yeah. Okay, so let's refresh this. We're almost there. 2 people still playing. Bostos and Chris and Claw and Killian are battling it out. So we got a lot of sweat still going on in this tourney. So thank you guys for your patience. Should be a little bit quicker once we make top 4. You don't have to be scientific. You can just eyeball it. As long as you have the ingredient, it's going to turn out pretty well. Yeah. I have some ideas for bread. My wife has, she's not able to eat like wheat and grains and stuff like that. So I was trying to think, like, does anybody in chat have any suggestions on, like, has anybody in chat ever cooked gluten-free bread? And like, is there a secret to making it not just taste like powder? You know, I'd be curious to see what you guys have to say about that. CA is going to break your 170 mod pack tomorrow. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, brother. Can use eggs. Okay, yeah, eggs. Yeah, big old bear. I would just use a machine for that. I would use a machine with that, 100%. You've had gluten-free burger buns. Yeah, I'm looking for the expertise, though. No, NURGLE isn't. NURGLE is playable, Razor. I mean, every game we played today was winnable. We beat 2 very good players. We beat a high-level Corn player and a pretty solid Dark Elf player there, and we also barely lost to the best Wood Elf player, one of the best Wood Elf players in the whole world, and we could have won it. It was like... NURGLE is fine, I think. They're just hard to play. They're very unforgiving and tricky to play. I get it from the gluten removed. Okay, let's see here. You need gluten to make bread or else it's just hatred, yeah. Yeah. Gluten-free bread is nearly impossible to get good at home. Yeah, unless you're probably really quite a seasoned chef. Yeah. No, I mean, I prefer normal bread, obviously, but just, you know. I was just scheming it out. So let's refresh this. Bananas. My wife is gluten-free, also zucchini. Oh, zucchini bread. Okay. Buckwheat. These guys are still going, man. Very sweaty. If you take a look over at the website here, we can see that there's an unholy duel of fates going on. We got Boss Toss and Crystal playing it out, and yeah, it's coming together. I mean, we are in striking distance of top 4. We're down here, you know, but like if our opponent had stayed in and hadn't dropped, we would have potentially another point, and we would be the number 3 seed right now. So our chances of top 4 would be very, very good. Jeff, somebody in YouTube chat can drop you a Discord link. If there's no mods, I'll drop it a little bit later on. But oh, it's nice, Inex. Yeah, it's nice. All right. Refreshing this. Do you think I can play beginner tournaments with lizards without Nikai? Oh yeah, you're fine. You could play lizardmen are a faction you can play vanilla, honestly. Like a lot of the DLC units for the dinosaurs, you straight up don't even need. Hey, thank you, Peeling. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Okay, the best way I found is avoid making bread as the main part of the dish. Gluten-free pasta or pizza. Okay, understood, Lure. Good feedback, man. We got you, Jeff. Okay, I'm going to message these guys because they're taking an abnormally long amount of time. Bastos. Let me know when done. And then the other side is going to be Killian. All right, so we message those lads. We'll see when they're done. We'll go from there. Should be fun, though. We're going to see if old NURGLE can squeeze its fat, chonky butt into the top 4 here. We gotta win this game with a vengeance. We got to get in there and do it. We got to do it, guys. How many of you guys hanging out have been enjoying the Lord of the Rings stuff? That Battle for Middle-earth game is so freaking fun. The flavor and hearing like the lines from the movies is so good. Oh, what area is that, dude? Dude, IRL. You guys had a pierogi festival? Oh, that's so good. Holy shit. I would have gone bananas. I would have gained like 20 pounds. Yeah, you guys are liking it? It's been good fun? Good. Okay, we'll keep doing it then. Yeah, Waka. Yeah, I've done that. I've had that before. All right, it's a fresh pierogi festival. I'm sure they have those in Poland too, I would imagine. Do you think you might play Mountain Blade 2 Old Realms again? Yeah, I'm gonna cover that again when they come out with the dwarves and the greenskins. We'll do like a full campaign playthrough. 100%. Lord of the Rings is great. Which faction are you talking about, Micro? Are you talking about the Haradrim? They're definitely more, I would assume, like kind of South African, Middle East, or South and North African, Middle Eastern inspired. From what I can tell, but I'm not sure. All right, let's refresh this. Yeah, I've seen the Medieval 2 Lord of the Rings mod. I've seen that. I don't know if that one would call to me as much. Okay, so score has been reported. Great. And now we just need Claw and Killian to finish their game. Wait, I also would like to have a pierogi festival, and I do live in Poland. Yeah. Why do I've done trivia nights. I'm not great at trivia. It depends on the subject matter. So we have in the town I live in, we have like trivia nights. We used to at these local bars, and it's just literally my former high school teachers who are like in their 60s just go there and they drink wine and beer, and they just like nail it. Like, you can't compete with these people because the people running trivia aren't doing trivia like for millennials. They're doing trivia for boomers, at least where I am. So it's hard, they'll talk about like political stuff from like 60s, 70s, 80s. They're not doing like pop culture references from 80s and 90s and 2000s. Yeah. Bannerlord just released a mod from Japan. Oh, a Japanese mod. That's kind of fun. Bannerlord 2 has so much modding potential. Isn't there an update coming for Bannerlord soon where they're going to be doing like naval warfare and shit? It's going to be getting real wild. Yeah. Yeah, the classic, the boomers. All right. It's insane how hard that generation scored on real estate. We can go on a rant about that soon. I'll tell you guys some anecdotes from the town I live in. All right, guys, we're ready for the next round. Let's advance to Swiss. Good luck, have fun. Have you tried Warcraft 3 custom maps? I'd be down to do a stream of those sometimes. Okay, so we got Lemur's Bane. Okay. Round 4. And here we go. So we got our opponent. It's Lemur's Bane. The dreaded Lemur. Lemur. There we go. Okay, so who are you? Lemur's Bane. All right, let's see what we got. NURGLE is going to be my faction. Lemur's Bane is going to be on the way over. And I think they play Chaos Dwarves, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we got the maps. Yep, Chaos Dwarves. And who's going to be the first ban? Chaos Dwarves versus NURGLE is an interesting one. Yeah, it's an interesting one. You ban first. So now we just got to wait for the picks and bans. I'm an estate planning attorney in Oregon. A couple bought their home in the 80s for $75K, and now it's worth over, oh my God, yeah. So back in the early 2000s, my family bought a house where I live, where I grew up, for like $150,000, which is still very expensive for like 1999, 2000. I mean, reasonably expensive for California. It was like 150 grand or something. Yeah, recently we've gone back and looked at what the property is worth now, and it's worth like around $2 million, which is obscene. And that was only 20 years ago, right? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. There's tons of stuff like that. Tons of stories. I'm sure you guys can relate. Okay, so Imperial Ambush, Kasar's Cursed Oasis. We definitely don't want an open field map versus the Dowie. Yeah, Gen X kind of got screwed as well, from what I've heard with real estate. California is also really exacerbated, you know. We play... All right, so we're going to play Celestial Lake is going to be the map. Great map by Sunshine. And there we go. Okay. Here we go. So, against Dowie Czar, do I have a build saved? I think I do. What kind of a character is this? Yeah, that, okay. Is that going to be enough? Frothy, no, we haven't tried that one. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what you speak of, my friend. So how do we deal with the Kadai Fireborn? Kadai Fireborn are a bit of a menace. I guess throwing weapons are pretty good against them. Definitely not bad. All right, I like the build, actually. I think the build's pretty decent, well thought out and all that. Your parents bought a house in 2002 for $400K, sold it for $600 in 2016, and then it was on the market again for $1.5 million in 2021. Yeah, there was an insane spike in real estate value between 2019 and like 2021, 2022. There's some craziness there. Yeah. But there's still a lot of states in the United States that are like much cheaper and more affordable to live in. That's why we're looking to move right now. We're looking at some places around us. We're looking at Pacific Northwest still. Pacific Northwest is expensive, but compared to California, it's really not. And there's the weather up there is much nicer too. Getting like year-round weather and cooler weather, and not having like inferno summers where you just are like trapped inside for large swaths of the year. Oh, San Francisco is an absolute joke of trying to live there. Yeah, no, you would have to live in like Oakland or one of those nearby cities. Okay, so here's the build. Screen blocker, yeah, that's what you guys want to see, right? So we have a Chaos Lord of NURGLE as well as a Exalted Hero. Pretty cool. Chaos Lord's a Chad fighter, really good for hunting down the trains and all that stuff. And we have the Marauder Horsemen who are going to go up and grab the objective quickly. Pestigore is going to go here and grab this, and Marauders will follow them. So 1, 2, 3, and then our Sorcerer is just going to kind of hang out behind this army on foot, which is good. And there you go. Well, a lot of my friends, like when I graduated from college, I went to college in Southern California, and I had a lot of friends who got jobs in the Bay Area, like some of them in San Francisco and like tech jobs in 2008, 2009. And a lot of them just, you obviously couldn't afford to live in San Francisco. So a lot of my friends ended up living in Oakland in like apartments with like, a ton of roommates. It was just how you squeezed it. Yeah. I've heard good things about Boise, Idaho, actually. I've heard good things about it. My wife and I have talked about it a little bit, actually. It's come up in the subject of conversation. All right. Let's move it. Hobgoblins, Sorcerer Prophet with Final Transmutation. Oh, he didn't bring Final Transmutation. That's so good for me. And then we have double Deathshriek Rocket Launcher. Okay, that's a menace, but we could just hide in the trees. We could just hide in the trees and chill out. Marauder Horsemen are going to hang here. And the Deathshriek Rocket Launchers, huh? Okay, so I got options for this. What do we call in? It's going to be Turf Warriors mainly. Yeah, we're wasting ammunition having them shoot through the trees. So we're going to let them have that objective out of the gates here. And we're going to just send the 2 Pestigores up to press. I think that's a good idea. And we can get some Furies and lurk them around the side of the map and see if my opponent's paying attention. So we're going to do that. All right, I don't want to get rocketed in the face, so we're hiding in the trees a little bit until the infantry arrive. And if he comes close with that, oh, that's a mistake. He's flying over me with the Sorcerer. Oh, look how much damage we just got. Oh, it feels bad for him. We could also rancid him, but I don't think we need to. Yeah. Okay, so just very, very cautious play. We're going to get you guys moving up, and those are Turf Warriors, all right? So now we're going to get this. Move up here, get the quick wrestle on this objective, and we don't have to like commit too hard to this fight. But yeah, the Turf Warrior will definitely lose that, so let's see what we can do. All right, so we move up a little bit, pull back, just kind of getting our capture weight on that, which is always good. And other units here, we're going to call it Pesties, because Pesties are just super good in this matchup. And now that objective belongs to us, which is great. So there's that. We got the Pestigores coming in to contest a little bit. And our Sorcerers can go sit in the trees if they want to. Probably not going to have a super good time over on that objective. We do have the Furies. And yeah, my opponent calls in Blunderbusses. So I'm just going to leave these Furies AFK over there for a while, which is going to be good. And oh, he's coming out of the trees actually. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do that. And get the Marauder Horsemen ready to go. A couple of you guys can push up towards the artillery actually. And let's get our Horsemen over there to provide a little bit of fire support. I think that's a good idea. Get another Pestigore coming up, and great. So now we're in. Our Chaos characters are fighting and providing fire support. We're literally just going to sit AFK with these Furies here, because if a 600 gold Fury can keep an expensive gun unit occupied, then that's a big win for us. So yeah, let's creep past them here. Pestigores are still going strong, and we have a firm grip on this point here. Yeah, pretty firm. Let's get that Sorcerer there, get you back in there. Get the throwing weapons to continue focus firing here, and we start to wrestle the objective. My opponent probably thinks I forgot about the Furies, but I never forget. Holy shit, he's letting his Lord get sniped by those throwing axes. Oh no. Marauder Horsemen throwing axes are so freaking good, by the way. They're such a solid unit. All right, so on the Vanguard, let's call in a Pesty. He can work up the side. Yeah, it's going to be good. And my opponent actually lost their Lord here, so that's huge for us. Holy shit, we actually just killed their Lord. Okay, this game's over then. Yeah, this game's just over in a half. We stole their back objective too. Just some pretty considerable blunders on the other side. All right, let's use the Father of Filth, whatever the hell it's called. Some nastiness, and our Horsemen can move up and get ready to skirmish. We're going to call the Furies in now, although, yeah, let's see if we can creep in there and get his attention. All right. So the Lord is getting it, so we need to get a big old fleshy abundance on him, and we're going to get him into the tree line. So get him into the trees here. Pestigor's can advance. Pestigor's can advance. We're going to keep moving back here, and he's not paying attention, which means we're going to be able to alpha strike the backfield. So we are going to be able to do some serious work. What do we see being called in here? Is it Hobgoblins? No, it's Infernal Guard Fireglaves, which are not very good at killing Furies, actually. All right, so back we go. Call you guys in. Yeah, the Lord is hiding in the trees. If my opponent were able to counter-snipe our Lord, you know, it's a position where we could maybe throw the game. I definitely don't want any of that smoke, but we do have his guns tied down with the Fury unit, and you guys can just kind of wait around the bushes here. All right, back we go. Okay, so Deathstreaker Man's going to hide in the trees to make sure we don't get shot. You guys are going to hang out on the objectives there. Let's get the Sorcerer hiding in the bushes, and yeah. You see, yeah, the trees are blocking, like, all the shots, which is pretty huge. All right, so let's get you guys moving this way. Chaos Lord's just going to be a new, he's become a Wood Elf, which is very fun. Skirmishers keep moving up, and can we get on top of the artillery? That would be very, very good. And then we also have a collapse from the other side, too, so let's get you guys over there and just kind of do a full sandwich on these guys. Rockets, see, they're going to hit the trees. Oh, no, they actually connected that time. Holy shit, okay. So we got to get behind the statue. That's a little bit better hiding right there. Otherwise, we lose our Lord, and that feels pretty bad. But we do manage to tie up the Deathstreakers in melee with, like, good quality infantry. That's going to be pretty considerable for us. Okay, so Forsaken running across the field. Got to be very nasty. We have the enemy artillery tied up. Furies are coming in. Fireglaves. We don't know if we want any of that smoke. Let's get the Pestigors to chase you guys, get you guys back there. And one of the Deathstreakers is offline. And the NURGLE Lord he can just keep fighting. It's fine. We'll get another heal on him in a moment. I don't think he's on fire anymore, so that's good. Yeah, so, oh, I think he is. Shit. Okay, well, it's fine. This game's over. We killed both Deathstreakers. They're both taken down by the throwing axes. Fireglave's going to get harried here, and we have you guys who can go in and help finish off those Infernal Guard now. All right, this map is definitely favored for NURGLE. I'm surprised that I was able to get them to ban this way. So I will take that. This map has a lot of weird line of sight issues and things like that. So, yeah, it's good for us. Moving on in here. Artillery's offline. We can move there, but that's going to be it. All right. GG, well played. Throwing axes carried the hell out of that game. The build was honestly functional for them. Double Deathstreak against NURGLE is a bit ambitious. It gives up a lot of real estate. I recommend going one artillery. But overall, yeah. I didn't hate the build. The Iron Demons are really good in this matchup, and the Kadai are good. Fireglaves, like, the build is fine. Really, just the execution out of the gates was a little bit rough. All right, the Chad Chaos Lord of Athelorn, yeah. Very, very clean there. All right. All right, so let's report this. My opponent's saying their Lord was having troubles moving, I guess. Maybe it got stuck or something. I'm not sure how that's possible. It could have been a mouse issue on their end, or I've never had a Lord just, like, straight up get stuck. So that's very weird. NURGLE versus Chaos Dwarfs. All right. No, 1,500 points to win the game. But, like, you can win earlier if somebody just surrenders, yeah. All right, cool. So we're ready for the next game, which is top 4. There's a chance we make it. We won our match really quickly. So my opponent tapped out there, yeah. So it's like in other RTS games, right? Like you're dead on the field, but you know you just surrender early, which, you know, if the game's over, that makes sense. Kaladar, thank you for subscribing. I greatly appreciate it, boss. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Hey, Turin, just watched the Age of the Rings video. Can't wait to see what the commentary looks like when you know a bit more about the mod. We're learning, Amagu. Yeah, we're learning, slowly but surely. So as of now, I mean, I don't think we're going to stay in top 4. Serkia is going to probably win their next match. Well, if Bastos beats Serkia, I'm basically out of the running. We're close. You know, the stars are going to have to align for us to make top 4 here. Yeah, the stars are going to have to align. Do you know if the item changes are going to be heavily affecting multiplayer? Time will tell. Yeah, not sure yet, boss. I didn't even know about the patch, and I was out of town over the weekend, so I wasn't really following the news cycles and things like that. So, yeah, we might make top 4 though. It's possible. The Nurglings might be able to feast just yet. Don't hold your breath, but, you know, the Plague Father is here for you. He is indeed. Oh, man, it's going to be a minute before our match is ready. Is the Empire banned? No, they're not banned at all. Empire is like... You guys want to look at some of the win rates real quick? We can take a look at all this goodness here. All right, so where are we at? Here it is. Perfect. So Slanesh is number one, obviously. Vampire counts have a high win rate, too. Pretty crazy. But Empire is 45% win rate. NURGLE is 44% win rate. So you can see there's a recurring pattern with factions I like. Although Chaos Dwarves are pretty good at 53%. Chaos Dwarves are a very menacing faction. Yeah, very menacing. But these are the win rates. These are just some tournament games this season, though. So you can see the... and you can also look at every single matchup, right? So you could be like, oh, Tzeentch, how do they do against Dark Elves? Apparently, it's like a super even matchup at like 52%, right? So you can see what that looks like. Over on Ye Olde Total Tavern, our old esports website for Total War, still holding strong. These are upcoming tournaments. So this is the one we're playing right now, and then we have another one tomorrow being hosted by Nerd War Room. And yeah, plenty of other events. You got like a new player event coming on, but that one's Conquest, so it's a different game mode. It's old school. And yeah, we got Conquest over here as well. It's all fun. It's all fun stuff. You can see the player profiles. You can go and look at the leaderboards to see who like the top dogs are. Do you think the new Blood Knights are going to be useful? I don't think so, really. The Lance Blood Knights are good against infantry already. Unless they give the sword and board Blood Knights like a bonus versus infantry, I don't know. They would need something like that to really make them exceptional at killing infantry. And then maybe you would see them against like NURGLE or something, right? Like they could just cut down swaths of NURGLE infantry. I don't know, really. But like they need to have something that really, really sets them apart, because Lance Blood Knights are already pretty good at running over like chaff infantry with their lances. So they need some variants. They do have a bonus versus infantry? Okay, then that's good. Yeah, I know people have been releasing like stuff on the new guys today, and I just am totally behind the ball, but I don't really like cover like news and things like that on the channel too much. I like to just do pure gameplay, but they were getting a bonus for 16 versus infantry. That's really good, actually. That's really good. Yeah. There we are. Perfect. High melee defense too. Yeah. In that case, you know, not bad. They lawnmower like the Knights. They're like Knights of the Black Rose, which have applications, right? Definitely have applications. So maybe the new Blood Knights will be good against NURGLE, yeah, and like some of the Chaos factions. Probably not Khorne because of Pestigors, but... So Tech covered the little patch. Nice, good. All right, I'm glad somebody did it. Okay. There we are. Hey, Mr. Bot, thank you for subscribing on Ye Olde Twitch. I appreciate the support, my friend. And we're going to be getting into top 4 in just a moment. Just need to wait for the last couple games. Our game is incredibly quick, so we have a little bit of waiting around to do here. They lawnmowered Chaos Warriors with grab weapons. Oh, God. Hopefully they're not OP. How much are they? Like 15, 1600? Somewhere in that ballpark? And they're cheaper than the old Blood Knights. Oh, wow. Well, somebody is saying they lawnmowered Chaos Warriors, which is a pretty big feat. Chaos Warriors have higher melee defense and armor than Forsaken, so if they can lawnmower them, then maybe there's some applications, right? Oh man, I'm just barely in the top 4 right now, guys. I'm like number 4 spot. Oh, it's so close. It depends. If Serkia beats Boss Toss, then my chances at top 4 are really good, actually. And maybe we can win the tournament today, which would be really fun. I haven't done that in a couple months. 1600, less than the Lance version. Okay, 1600 is still very expensive. You know, is it worth it? Because you could get like a Cryptor and a couple like infantry units to go with it. No, Blood Knights are used in multiplayer. They're not like the most common thing, Brown Beaver, but they get some action. Yeah, in a couple of the matchups you do see them from high level players. They're not like super common, but yeah, they see play. We've been seeing a lot of action from Vampire Count players using the Black Knights and like the cheaper Cav too, which has been fun. So that's the question. Yeah, are you going to get that much more value from a super elite Blood Knight compared to like a freaking, you know, like a Black Knight with lances or whatever? That's going to be the idea. Is there anybody else who's got 2 wins here? Oh, will the gods still smile on us this day? I don't know, man. I don't know what it's going to be. We're just hanging in there, just barely. Serkia and Boss Toss sweating it out. That's probably my only gripe with Total War is how long it takes to get the games going. Because of the army building and the peer-to-peer connections and things like that. You sent the stats in Discord. Thank you, I appreciate that. Okay, so yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. They do have a decent stat line, very similar to the Chaos Knight. 60 models. Weapon strength of 60 with a bonus for his infantry. Charge bonus of 53 for a sword cavalry unit. It's actually quite good. Yeah. And we'll have to find out. Yeah, I mean the last time I did win a big tournament, not big, but a decently sized tournament with NURGLE was when I was super sick. I had like a horrible cold. I had a fever. I was like 100-degree fever, and we managed to win a tournament with them. So I guess you do need to really lean into the blessing of the Plague Father. Begging on all fours for CA to do an official server. I don't know. My hope for the official servers is dwindling. It's I hope we get it. Like in future games, I just there needs to be one multiplayer game mode. There needs to be a ELO-based matchmaking system with a leaderboard that works. Like that kind of stuff would be really, really nice. Yeah. Winning the tourney with NURGLE when they have the plague seems right. Yeah. What's great about playing NURGLE is it's like you don't need to. It is micro intensive, but it's not super stressful. Like if you make mistakes and lose a unit here and there, you don't like lose the game. With Empire, it's like very ratty and very scrappy. You know, everything's very finesse-based and timings. And here I just get to, like, unga-bunga towards the objectives and just grind people out, which I really like. It's very fun. Method acting? Yeah, kind of. The Holy Laser Beam nuking Festus? Oh, that was bad. Gracious, thank you for resubscribing. Man, thank you guys so much. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. CA won't add dedicated servers because that would be a good idea and players would like it. I know. Well, the real reason they won't is because a very small percentage of the player base actually plays multiplayer. So for them, it's not really a worthy investment because like they could probably get away with like just throwing the multiplayer community in the trash, and the game would, their games would probably still be successful. I mean, less so, of course, because there are people who purchase the products and play the game just for multiplayer, but it's still a niche, CA releasing a server client. So you're saying, Wacka, they give us the opportunity to add our own servers to the game so we could host our own like tournament servers and all that? Servers would take away from that flavorful Total War jankiness. Man, I'm getting tired, boss, of just having to deal with Total War jank for so many years. Oh. Found you from the Grubby tournament. Been enjoying the streams. Gracious, thank you, man. Yeah, we do all sorts of RTS here. We, of course, do Total War, but also cover Warcraft and all sorts of old, crusty millennial RTS games, which is quite a bit of fun. All right. 2 games to go. Yeah, that's a good call, Whack. I agree with you on that. Yeah, I would straight up crowdsource some friggin' servers, man. Did I actually make top 4? Holy shit, I might have actually made top 4. Although it depends. I think I did. I think we made top 4, guys. Player-owned servers is the future. I would make it happen, man. Straight up. Proper hosting servers rather than peer-to-peer would be good. Dedicated servers honestly ties the game to when they sunset. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, give them good longevity. You're going to play your RTS as a slideshow and you're going to like it? No. No. Between all the jankiness of Total War and then having to deal with the nonsense that was land battles in Warhammer 2 at times, I was just like almost broken a couple times. Like having to deal with like rule breaks in major tournaments, rule breaks, and then like having 2 people complaining in my ears about like how they didn't break the rule and that person was like misinterpreting it, and then having to pass the replays on to people who knew the rules well and getting like different opinions from them, and it's like, oh god. And then it would be lagging on top of all that, It was just pure suffering, dude. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know how much, for how small our community is, dedicated servers probably wouldn't be that brutal. Yeah. I played Age of Empires 2 a lot as a kid. Yeah, so I do know that game. I think I made top 4, actually. Yeah. You not bathing to give me a boon? There you go. I think it worked, Snickerdoodle. I think I made top 4. So maybe we'll get another chance at the Wood Elves. I would like to avoid the Wood Elves. It's definitely a Serki lost. Okay, but I still got top 4, I think. And can either of these players make top 4 here? So Chris and B. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Chris is... Oh, shit. I need B6 to win. Oh, okay. All the marbles are on the line. Okay. B6, B6. Let's go to this. Here we go. So here it is. Here's the top 4. I'm number 4 with 3 wins, but right now we have B6 right here playing against Chris. Chris has 2 wins, but if Chris wins, they'll get 3 wins, and they'll have a stronger tiebreaker because of my AFK opponent who left. But if B6 wins, then I get to go to the top 4. So that's what's cracking right there. Yes. Good, Anakin. Good. Oh, yes. All right. Let's refresh that. Let's get it. So checking the brackets. Come on, B6. Summon the Skaven. I wouldn't be upset either way. We've done pretty good. We had 3 very solid wins today, so no complaints. As long as we have like an even or a winning record, I'm usually happy in tournaments. They put a little bit of effort in a multiplayer. Very little, but they do put some. Yeah. Yes, I have seen that Hellcat. Yeah, the guy from Age of Empires 2 who just like literally forces like 12-hour games by just like spamming walls and defending himself. Yeah, I have seen that legend. Yeah, it's pretty fun, pretty hilarious shit. Come on, you can do it. Put your back into it. Come on, B6. I need you to win it. Hold. So who would the top 4 be right now? So we have Norska, Wood Elves. I would rather play Norska any day of the week. Granted, Norska is favored against NURGLE too at a high level, but I would rather play that. So Norska, Wood Elves, and maybe NURGLE. So I think there's 2 Wood Elf players. I think Attack Speed Enjoyer is also playing those guys. Oh, Age of Wonders. We got to play Age of Wonders more. That game's really fun. I had a lot of fun playing that with Professor Pone and when we would do those 1v1s on stream. Those were good times. The battles in that game are great and the variants. Look at the balance changes. Spatiate has too few devs doing it. Yeah, that's my suspicion, Bob. Like, you know, I've met a fair amount of the folks at CA, and they're really really good lads. It's probably just like a manpower thing, really. Like priorities are elsewhere. Okay, I'm still waiting. These guys are still going. The trees are making a comeback. I know. Please. I guess I would like to play Wood Elves again to test my theory. Although it depends on the map. Really depends on the map. Okay, there we are. The next Age of Wonders DLC is a new culture that is Greek angel themed. That's pretty cool, yeah. Yeah, that's fun. So like, you know, hoplites and Greek mythology. The Naked Gun trailer with Liam Neeson. Yeah. The final Archons DLC today. Oh, Pone, are you saying this is the last DLC for the game for Age of Wonders? There's not going to be any more after this? You said it's the final one, or the suspense is gripping? It is. I wish I could go watch their game. Yeah. Elspeth is good. Yeah, Elspeth is really good for cheesing. Like on her dragon, you can just like 2-shot people's lords. Even on foot, she's not bad because you can use her plus like double Master Engineer, or excuse me, on horseback. So basically what you do is you go with Elspeth, like a very cheap Deathcaster Elspeth. You just bring Timekeeper, you know, Spirit Leech, and cut these abilities. And then you have like a really good kind of assassin hunting kind of caster character, and then you can go double Engineer and put these guys on horseback and get the Mercurial shots. It's a really fun style. So you get Mercurial shot here, get them on horseback, and you can get restock and then run like a wagon type build, which is really, really fun. Oh, Tyler, we're looking all over the place. You know, we're looking in California, Pacific Northwest. It's tricky, though, because we don't want to, like, move some... Yeah, we're looking to maybe consider buying a home. We're not sure. So, yeah, we don't want to, like, move somewhere and just buy a house that we've never lived and we don't know what it's like. So it's a bit tricky, but we're doing what we can. You know, Elspeth still deletes things with her laser beams. She still does. 100%. Yeah, California is just too expensive for us. Oh, B6 did it! Let's freaking go. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. All right, advancing to top 4. I made top 4, guys. I'll take it. I'm a semifinalist. NURGLE is here. Oh, yeah. Chad B6. Let's go. Bringing one home for the team. Now we got Norska. All right. Let's get into a lobby. We're going to invite Boss Toss. And Boss Toss. And then on the other side, it's going to be Attack Speed Enjoyer versus Serkia. And Turin versus Boss Toss. Boss Toss, him and I used to have very even matches all the time. I would say at this point, though, I haven't been playing Total War that much. I've mainly been casting. He's probably a lot better than me at this point. So we're gonna see if we can edge out a victory. You know, weasel one out here, which is gonna be fun. All right, so maps are Changer's Madhouse, Eastern Isle Colony, and Norskin Rise. Uh-oh, we can't let them play on the dreaded Norskin map, can we? That would not be good. Yeah, Fox, we're looking into it. It's a tricky situation. There's a lot of... Yeah, we're looking into states where the property is cheap enough that we would, you know, be able to not quite purchase it outright, but be pretty close to that. So that's why we're looking in other states. Okay. So who's number 1 here? Yeah, buying in California is just absurd, though. It's just a joke. So he's playing Norska. I will ban Eastern Isle Colony is like a choke point map, right? I will ban Madhouse. Okay, so it's Norskin Rise or Eastern Isle Colony is going to be the map here. Yeah, Reese, we're going to see. A Legendary Lords tournament? Maybe someday. Maybe someday. Yeah. All right. Wait till after the global... We should wait till the global apocalypse passes before we buy a home. I agree. I think that's a good call. Okay, Norskin Rise. Here we are. And it is going to be... Oh, we better switch to our faction. The Mind Games. He thought I was playing Empire, but surprise NURGLE. All right, NURGLE versus Norska. What builds do I have for this? Oh, yeah, this build's badass. This build's really cool. I don't know how it's going to do, but we'll find out. Yeah, I remember this build. I remember this one. Okay, Famir, are Famir a threat? Do we have answers for Famir? I think we do. I think we do. Yeah, no state income tax is pretty affordable. It's an option, Tyler. Yeah, for sure. That's the same thing with Washington State. There's no state income tax up there, so you gotta, you know, when you do when you're self-employed like myself, you gotta save every penny. Got it. Whereabouts do you live up there? Unearned. Sorry, your name's kind of hard to say, but yeah, you get the idea. Woodhouse after a global apocalypse, a whole dude. It's gonna be like Mad Max, dude. We're gonna be riding around on like makeshift like junk cars with like. Remember in the old Mad Max movies, like the Thunderdome, when they like literally wearing like assless chaps and stuff. What they don't get you in income tax, they'll get you in property tax. Yeah, is that true? I have to look into that. It's a good call. If you're cool with cold weather, Minnesota or Wisconsin. If you want nice weather or nice prices, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania. Thank you. That's all good feedback. It's tricky though. We want to explore all these places, but just traveling is expensive. We just can't afford to travel that much, you know? So it's, yeah, that's one of the biggest issues. Okay. Is this enough? Will this do, pig? Will it do? I haven't tried this build against like a super scary Norskin player like Boss Toss yet, but we'll see if we can make it work. I feel like I want to maybe find a way to get some Plague Ogres in the build. So I think we cut you and cut you. Is that going to be enough for the Great Weapon Boys? It is. Okay. And right on. GLHF. Let's see how this build goes. Festus, oh, the brainworm, yeah. I love Canada. Canada is a great country. Moving to a Necromancer Tower. Yeah, dude. It's one of my power fantasies to be like an evil wizard when I'm old. Or a mysterious wizard. Not necessarily evil, but just to dress in a wizard's robe and have like a super epic beard. Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, Frothy. We've been to, hey, darling. I don't know if she's here. We've been to, I think we've driven through Tacoma. Last time we went to visit Pacific Northwest to scout it out. We went to Bellingham. We went to Olympia, Renton. Renton was just too expensive. A couple other places as well. I think we drove through Tacoma. I don't know how long we stayed there, but the screen cover, you guys don't want to watch a 1940s radio show where we just like talk over a screen cover the whole time? I know you want it. I know you want it, you dirty dogs. You want the radio show, the radio voice. Let's see. Yeah, Ethan, I'll have to look into that. That's a very, very good info. We also get a Palantir with an outfit. Oh, for sure. I'll just have like a Palantir in my office and just like menacingly rub my hand over it when people come over. It'd be great. Yeah. A mysterious wizard like the advisor. Kind of. I'm thinking more like Saruman. Just saying like super cryptic shit, you know? Yeah, that would be fun. People still listen to baseball games like that. Could be fun. Yeah, they do. You'd probably have to cast a little bit differently. Like if you were casting it as like a radio show, Total War, you'd have to change up the casting style. Okay. Ready up. Still just waiting. And where are we at? I get to use one of my favorite lords in this build. He said 333. He is still taking his sweet time. He has been building his army for 5 minutes. It's a long time. Do you really need 5 minutes to do a build? Come on, guys. God. I wish there was like a setting you could put on where you both players click ready and then they have 5 minutes to do their armies. Oh shit, that's a great suggestion. I feel like CA could implement that really easily. Oh, that's a good idea. That is a really good idea, actually. So to solve the army building crisis that we have here and how long it takes some of these boomers to build their armies, we have a new feature, okay, where there's like a bar at the top. It clicks, both players click ready, and then it starts a 5-minute clock. And then after 5 minutes, it forcefully starts the game. And if you have an army that isn't legal, like you're missing a lord, you just get the game loss. Oh, that's a brilliant idea. That's a really good idea. Okay, I'm going to write that down, actually. I think it's something CA would actually do, too, because it's not very complicated. Yeah, you and Pone could do a radio show. Yeah, that'd be fun. Oh, perfect. All right, looks like they're ready. Time is upon us, and here we go. The Palantir has spoken. Yes, it has. Game loss or random fill, right? How do you spend more than like 5 minutes building? I know. Well, 1 minute is a little bit too short, but like I think 3 minutes is like a sweet spot where you should have enough time. Yeah. That would keep tournaments moving along very quickly. What happens before either hit ready? I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah. Okay, so loading into the battle, it is going to be the Norscan Rise. The Unga Cowabunga is upon us. Mammoths are going to be here. Tamarkon's going to be here. It's going to be very fun. Trying to think how I want to play this, actually. Like, what objectives are going to be pertinent here. Probably low ground. My faction isn't very quick, so I think just playing the low ground objectives is going to be preferable. No vanguarding on this map, really. Okay. Pestilent Marauders. It is the Plague Father's Vanguard, guys. The Plague Father is here, and it is his Vanguard that we are about to enjoy. Okay, let's get you there. Pull you in here. So that's going to be 7 for you. We have Tamarchad. We have a Sorcerer in the back on horseback. Noxbringer is going to be shooting the skirmishers and the archers and things like that. Yeah, 3 minutes is like a good sweet spot. Yeah. Obviously, for like newer player tournaments, we wouldn't do that, but like for like tournaments that are for advanced players. Yeah. Yeah, Tamarkon's good against Norska. You can fight against most of their characters. All right, let's do this and do that. Move up here, here, and here. All right. So everybody's moving and a grooving. We got a Mammoth. We got Wolfric. Skirmishers should be fended off by the Noxbringer pretty effectively. And a lot of Marauder Horsemen. Okay, Penta Marauder Horsemen. Yeah, trying to abuse Nurgle's inability to skirmish, which is very smart. Angels of Decay would be a very good call out here. We need to get... You don't want to shoot the Noxbringer, by the way. when you're far away. You want to wait till you get close and then rip a shot, basically. So we're gonna do this, and then yeah, just see if we can tag them up close. We do hit them there, and does he get hit? He dodges it. Well played. Good micro. So now we just keep scooting and shooting. Nurglings and Plague Bears are gonna get up there, and now we can shoot at you guys. See if we can get them. All right. Yeah, the gremlins are coming. Do we get the shot? Is he going to be able to dodge that? We get a partial shot, and it does connect, I think. Nope, he dodged it. Okay. So pulling back here. Let's get you up on the point, and you guys up on the point here. Tamarcon and company are going to move. Against good players, you want to switch your targets all the time, like nonstop. Make it harder for them to micro those units. Do we have enough anti-large? Final transmutation? No, Plague of Rust and Searing Doom. Okay. Okay, so we do get a shot there. Does it hit? I don't think it does. So far he's been able to dodge most of the shots, and we do see some trolls being called in. Norscan Ice Trolls, and Angels of Decay are going to be our call-in. All right, so objective here. Tamarcon's going to rotate. Nurglings are getting poked in the bushes pretty good. We have Plague Bears coming up as well. And we just kind of keep tabs on things. A couple Marauder Horsemen coming over. We don't really care too much about that, so. All's good in the neighborhood. So Plague Bears and Nurglings. Let's get the Nurglings back. You guys advancing up. We're going to get you in group 4. Screen out, and Noxbringer was able to hit something. I'm not sure. Let's shoot like where there's a little bit more of a mass of units and see if we can farm those guys. All right, so Plague Bears are on the way. Nurglings are out. We can go after the Ice Trolls if we want to, I'm thinking. Yeah, so here and here and here and here. And then you guys can come out there. I think it's going to be a little bit better. All right. So Noxbringer hasn't been able to hit home yet. He's been able to dodge it very, very effectively, so that's impressive. Angels of Decay are just kind of trying to screen out these trolls here, so we're going to do a little bit of that. We'll get you guys waddling in. Marauders out there. And we do manage to get control of 2 objectives, which is great. So boom, and let's go get you on Wolfric. See if we can get any freebies, and good. We did manage to hit one of the horsemen there, so that's outstanding. All right, so let's go get on the trolls. Do this. Pull you guys down and under this way. Get a horseman out to the screen. Dodge those shots, and great. So you guys screen them out, and now you get those trolls. Make them pay the old troll toll. All right, so we can advance over. Let's pull a Chosen. Noxbringer can shoot point blank here. Let's get this. And the Angels of Decay are now feasting on the trolls, which is outstanding. There is another troll coming in, though, so that's a bit scary. But it is what it is. Noxbringer with the point blank shots should be able to do some work. So trolls are almost dead. What are we going to want to call out next? We do have the Horsemen coming over. Horsemen can throw at these guys. Angels of Decay are getting it a little bit, but nothing too bad. We're just going to retreat back. You can attack in there, and we can go ahead and get a Fleshy Abundance on you. Trolls are retreating. We're going to keep Tamarcon and the big man here. Keep these Chosen on that side point and just keep kind of shooting at the skirmishers here, screening you out, and hopefully we can hold this. Let's get some Forsaken coming up. Should have probably saved for Plague Trolls, to be honest, but yeah, it is what it is. All right, so the boys are moving in. We're hunting the big mammoth. Trolls on the outside are getting the biz a little bit, the limp business. We're going to get the big man to go this way and keep our Sorcerer running out that way. Is that a real Manscore? It is. Okay. He is a real Manscore. So Chosen, let's get you back here. Noxbringer can definitely fight that if we want to. We're just going to keep shooting his bunched up dudes there. Yeah, throwing axes can keep sitting on the trolls. See if we can break their leadership. Tamarcon's trying. He's going after the big target. Let's get the Noxbringer in here and get another throwing weapon to come across this way. Okay, perfect. So Noxbringer needs to keep juking. We're going to need the Forsaken in open field screening. You need to fly all the way over this way. Tammy's going to try and take down the mammoth, but it's an arduous task. Manscore does get rampaged, so let's just keep running this way. Noxbringer needs to shoot into the blob and do its thing. Yeah, get these guys flying there. A couple Forsaken running across here, and Horsemen can go and get right here too. So Tamarcon's doing pretty good. He's forcing those guys back. Value trading is even-ish. The Trolls are getting throwing axe there, which is outstanding. And now the Roddies are actually getting hunted a little bit. Let's get throwing weapons here. Noxbringer can keep screening, and can they actually beat that Manscore? I don't know if they can. Yeah, I don't know if they can. Okay, Forsaken retreats. You guys keep going. Tamarcon's going to keep this thing honest. Retreat back that way. And we have a heal. I don't know if we want to use it on anybody quite yet. Get another Forsaken coming out. We just need bodies. It's a little bit, it's going to be a value game for sure. I wish I had a slow right now. That'd be so freaking good. We could get so much damage on this freaking mammoth. Thankfully, the Giga Chad Chosen are holding well. Trolls on the outside are getting wrecked, so that's huge value to the Plague Bear there. My opponent's mammoth having a bad time as well. And do I want to Vanguard anything on the high ground like an NURGLing? I don't know if we do. All right, so Mammoth does get it. My opponent rotating their skirmishers out there, yeah. And now we can get him to go hold down that outside point and make sure we don't lose that. And up in the sky, let's dodge that, dodge that. And I think we call in Rot Knights or something big now. to do some work. Yeah, all right, so let's go this. Noxbringer's going to go help out against those bad boys. We can get our Sorcerer to go over there. Tamber Chad's going to come back over here. We're going to do this. And I think like one Vanguard Nurgling, if he's not paying attention, is going to be uber good. We can move it up through the trees over there and see if he like actually catches it, right? Angels can fight this thing, no problemo, and Manticore can get that help. How are we holding here? A lot of Marauder Horsemen. He's got a lot of capture weight here, but I think we still have the advantage in that we can push him off the objective if we want to. And we can call out a little Spec Ops Nurgling here too. Yeah, that's going to be fine. Get back on the point, push, and push into melee. And now we can take a look and see what's going on here. So this objective is starting to come back to us. Angels of Decay doing very good. Berserkers and Berserkers. Nice. Angels able to get the job done, and we can go after the Mammoth. So we are, I think, winning on value with healing taken into account. We're in pretty good shape. Condom Wolves there. We're going to need to retreat away from those. Condom Wolves will be very good against our Noxbringer. Sad face. We could heal it. Probably worth healing, to be frank. I think it's probably worth it. All right, let's fight you. Get you guys coming here. We need to get that Noxbringer away. Tammer Chad in the middle is doing it. And the Angels of Decay are just going to finish off the Mammoth. And is he contesting the high ground? I don't believe so. That's good. So we can rotate to playing the high ground objective. I think that's how we do it. Okay. Yeah, Noxbringer's trying to fight it out. We're holding on to that objective. We could go over there and do it. Yeah. That's a little bit cagey. Tammer Chad with the Black Cleaver. Let's do that and that. These horsemen need to go and help finish this thing off. And now we have Nurglings going after the high ground point. So what we could do is we could start reinforcing it with good units, although we don't really have anything. Okay, so the Mammoth is down. Did the Condom Wolves get broken? They did, so that's nice. We're going to retreat away from this point. So we're going to use a little Fecundity to heal our boys up here. And these are just what? Marauder Horsemen? Okay, so Nurglings, get up and hold them back. And now we're going to be able to get the high ground point here because the Nurglings are going to get there uncontested. We'll send some Plague Ogres up there to make sure nothing like big and scary bullies them. And now we just rotate up here with the Angels and just fight over the low ground here, which is going to be good. All right, Unsummons, Marauder Horsemen need to go up there too. Let's get you guys that way. And this fight's going okay. Our characters are a little bit trapped up here, which feels bad, but, you know, could be worse. All right, so they're rotating, but we do get the Nurglings there, little gremlins. And Plague Ogres should be able to get that point. Let's get you in there and get you in there. Tamarcon's going to rotate. Horsemen are coming too. Angels of Decay will provide some utility. He is going to keep me from getting the point, but yeah, maybe we have an opportunity to get this one too. Let's get Noxbringer back over this way. Okay, and our Sorcerer, I just don't want it to become a triple cap game. That's like what we really, really want to avoid here, you know? Okay, are we going to be able to get away here? I don't know. Find out in today's episode. And cool, so let's get Throwing Axes. You guys are going to rotate. Angels of Decay can just throw at Wolfric here. Horsemen and you guys, and Tamarcon's going to go up there. Okay, gather here, gather here. Nurglings and company still fighting out there. We do start to get the capture weight advantage, and it's going to be close. It's going to be very close. We probably will just barely win on two if he rotates down this way. Tamarcon's just going to kind of stay between the two objectives here. And great. So we got Plague Ogres, we got you guys, we got Angels of Decay to kind of rotate between the 2 points. And let's do that. All right. So very sweaty game between Boss Toss and I. We always have very good matches. I should have some more Marauders coming out now. The Marauders, and cool. So it looks like he's rotating back, but keeping Berserkers to kind of split push up there. So we're going to need something stronger on the high ground to hold that point. And gather up. Gather up. We do have enough for an overcasted fleshy, so I'm going to get my Sorcerer there too. And now he's just going to bounce back, which is fine. So we can just mirror his Benny Hilling. It's okay. We're slow, but not like that slow, you know. We got the moves. Okay, let's get a Marauder to come over here. Looks fine. And now we're going to gather up you guys and do a little bit of a heal right here. So we're going to do a big overcasted fleshy. And then we can get you guys to mobilize and go help with that. All right. So Nurglings are there, and we got you guys at the ready. They might try some... I need to leave Tamarcon here, probably to fight off big threats. We'll leave our Sorcerer there too, and we can just kind of use all these guys to fight for the high ground here, which is going to be fine. All right, so Plague Ogres and company can get in and bash. Horsemen can get back, and if I lose this point for even a second, we're in a bit of danger. So we're going to get you guys in there. Noxbringer's coming here. Let's get some Marauders coming up. Good. Plague Ogres are going to probably carry us into the sunset there for sure. These Marauders can move up there too, since that's clearly where he's all-inning. Yeah, he's all-inning here. So I think we need to call our Sorcerer up here too. Okay, dodge and dodge. Plague Ogres are putting in work here. Let's just keep doing it. We can do a little bit of a slow here. Curse of the Slug is going to be very nice. We have a big terror-causing monster as well. Yeah, Tamarcon needs to come up here too. This is an all-in for my opponent, so we gotta make sure we don't lose that shit. And because I win on just the 2 right now, so if I could just like hold this the rest of the game, we basically just win, right? That's gonna be how this rolls. Another Marauder Horseman would probably be adequate just because we need speed here more than anything. Okay, so let's get you up. And where are you at? Okay, over this way. So Plague Ogres keep feasting. We got a lot of Marauders coming, and Tamarcon himself will be here in a moment, which is going to be nice. We're going to go run you guys into the reinforcements down here to see what we can do. I'm a little bit blobbed up, which feels bad, but it is what it is. There still are some doggies fighting here. Capture weight still belongs to us, and we need Nurglings too. Nurglings for the Nurgling God. If I can get there soon, I think we're fine. Okay, we're going to just run you guys into the Berserkers here to keep them off the objective, and we can put them in Control Group 7. The healthy ones can just sit back here, keep throwing things, and the capture weight does start to flip a little bit, right? Gets a little sketchy there for a moment, but now that our reinforcements are almost here, I think we're good, and it's a little bit dicey down here too. Like, do we need, what can we call in down here that would help? Like a Rot Knight probably would be good? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so he realizes this isn't going well. He rotates back to the other side, so we're going to rotate back there as well. Perfect, perfect. I think we have enough here to win. I'm not sure. With these Marauders here and the big beastie, I think we're okay. We still have a lot of units down here, so that is going for us. Yeah, Noxbringer is going to hold. We are going to get a Rancid Visitations on Wolfric, just kind of soften him up a little bit. And now we need to rotate down here with all the horsemen and stuff and try and hold that. Boss Toss, his playstyle is literally Benny Hill. That's like how he likes to play this game. He just loves the Benny Hill and like bounce between points. All right, Rot Knights, he's reinforcing the outside points. I think we get there in time where it's okay. We have a lot of reinforcements coming in, a hell of a lot of capture weight. So those guys are going to go and rotate. Perfect. So now we park here. Need to get these infantry on, get the sorcerer on as well. Roddy's, it might become a triple cap here. It very well could be. So I probably should start playing the outside objective too, because I think I'm winning on value, but it's a little bit sketchy on other stuff. Let's get you guys in there, and Wolfric is also very low. And yeah, we got to start playing the long game now. So we're going to just start playing the long game. Reinforcing you guys out there. Hopefully Tamarcon and these guys can fight it out here. We don't have a ton of anti-large, which kind of sucks. You know, we're in a bit of a precarious position. But up here, we do manage to rotate. And this is one of the disadvantages of NURGLE, is they're very slow factions, so you can be Benny Hilled around maps like this. All right, can we even win this fight? Like, we don't have much here. It's mainly just Marauders and Tammy and stuff, and NURGLE Sorcerer. Plague Bear is going to be heading over there, which should win that fight eventually. I think a mistake that probably is going to cost me the game is that I didn't call out Rot Knights earlier. They would have been very, very dominant against a lot of his stuff. And we don't have them, so that feels bad. All right, come over here. Tamarcon keeps bashing on you guys. High ground's looking fine, but like we can't really afford to leave that, right? Yeah, we can't really afford to leave that one. No, even if Tamarcon stayed on this point, it wouldn't have mattered because his Horseman core and his mobility is very strong, and I don't have like an anti-large fighter, so I'm kind of being bullied by like trolls and stuff. That's the big thing. All right, you guys keep going. Pile and fight these, get you back. Tamarcon's trying his best. He does have the Curse of the Maggot Lord, but that's probably not going to save him. I think this is just GG. Yeah, I think it's GG here. I needed Chaos Knights or like something that's fast and could make a difference on some of these engagements. So my build was a little bit off. For me, that very much felt like a build loss because I felt like we had the good play early, but we just didn't have the elements of the build we needed. So let's move up. Get the Roddies heading over here. Rot Knights would have been excellent, by the way. They would have been super good. Yeah, Tamarcon's going to get speared. GG, well played. Really good match. Really, really good match here. I don't think there's too much we could have done differently. I'm trying to think of mistakes we made. Like, we played the objectives okay. Maybe just got to be more aggro on the points early on to see if we can kind of get the dub on those. Tammy is dead. We do win the high ground point, but obviously he's the one who has a Helm's Deep section here. Move some Rot Knights over there. They're doing their thing. Marauder Horseman very good against NURGLE too. Noxbringer was good, but he used all of his ammo, guys. He shot everything. Really, really close match, honestly. But I would have had to hold for a long time to win. And the Norskin mobility is, and the regeneration. Here's the thing. You know, regenning. He has mass regen. So he's probably not out healing me, but doing very well in the healing department. So let's get the Roddies in there, pull you guys up, call some Marauder Horsemen over. High ground point belongs to us. Just keep killing these Berserkers here. Rot Knights get a nice little rear charge on the back of the Ice Storm Marauders. Yeah, we needed these guys, because with the Rot Knights, we could have bullied all his monstrous units he had over here, and maybe even gotten a reverse Uno on him. Yeah, GG, well played. Good match. Extremely well earned. Extremely well earned by him. GG, dog. Good luck in finals. I'll host. Okay. So we have Noxbringer only got 1,000 value. Shit. That's not super good, but it did drain a lot of ammunition. Tamarcon also didn't really do a lot that game. He kind of got kited. But, I mean, he did keep the Mammoth. Oh, I wasted a lot of the ammo on the Noxbringer? Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, just mass mobility is really good here. We definitely struggle against that. NURGLE does. Okay, so finals. I'm just happy we made top 4, man. It's awesome to see. We still got it, you know, still get there. And let's get the host up. And we're going to do this. Okay. And then let's see who's on the other side. So, okay, attack speed enjoyer. It's an RTK Civil War. Finals. I don't know who attack speed enjoyer is playing. I think he's playing High Elves. Yeah, I think he might be on High Elves. I'm not sure. That map is also not good for us. It was a mistake. I should have forced it onto a map where there was a home objective. Like, because, man, when I get Benny Hilled, it was still good Dark Age. It drained a lot of ammo at a certain point. I slipped up on my micro with it. That map was bad for us. The Itza style maps that are big are really terrible for NURGLE. Like, you need a home objective or a defensive objective, and then you can just pop down in the middle because it's way too easy for him to bounce between points, and I can't really keep up. Yeah. All right, guys, what do we got now? Grand Finals. Does anybody know what attack speed enjoyer is playing? Does anybody know the forbidden secrets that lie within the vault that we are about to see right here? Okay, maps. Got to wait on the map pick and bans for these guys. And boss toss. Let me know. Let me know what map when you can. Yeah, that's actually an interesting idea. Like an army countdown, like build timer thing would be really cool. Oh, dude, Kara, you dropping some Limp Bizkit quotes, dude? You think I'm not going to recognize the LB in here? That's, yeah, of course it's Limp Bizkit. So we got Wood Elves versus Norska, yeah. I think that's a fair matchup, honestly. Two really strong factions. Norska is insanely strong considering how, like, little support they've gotten over the years. They just have, like, a really good core of units. Really, really good. Okay, we don't really need to run an army blocker right now. I'm going to go get some water. I'm going through water super quick, guys. It's like 90 degrees here today, if not 95. BRB. All right, boys, we're back. What's going on? What is going on? Attack speed enjoyers here. They're going to be doing their map picks and bans. So Norska, yeah, Norska's already very strong. Will they be OP when the DLC drops? It depends on how good the units are, but I would say Norska. I would predict that Norska will probably be a top 5 faction when the update comes. Yeah, I 100% think so. Because the fact that Norska is going to be able to bring a caster lord is really cool. So you can bring you could bring a wizard as your main lord, and then you can like bring maybe more heroic units, like whatever the hell they have. I don't know, but that's always nice when factions have that option to bring like a cheap caster lord and go super wide, you know. Because people are pretty much pigeonholed into Wulfric right now. He's not bad, and Throg. The other lord choice is just terrible. So yeah, just absolutely terrible. All right. Yeah, Wood Elves are very strong. They're really, really powerful faction. Hard to beat. They get her done. And yeah, Norska is probably... I think Norska is one of the best factions in the game for beginners. Max, I still think they'll be good. I think good people are going to pick them up. Yeah. A Famir melee hero? Yeah, I have no idea. That's pretty cool. Hopefully we'll get a peek at it soon. Let's hope. Norska and Wood Elves. And the map is not yet decided between these two. I think these guys are straight up hanging out in chat together. I'm not sure if they are. So they should be pretty quick on their picks and bans and everything. Oh, we're playing on Dust Bowl. Wow. A shooting gallery map. but it's a style. So like in some ways, Dust Bowl is like really good for the elves, but on the other side, it's very small, and Norska can swarm the objectives with powerful melee. So, they chose this map, guys. They chose this. They chose their fate. This is an absolute memeage of a map. Thank you guys for hanging around. We are approaching the 3-hour mark on today's stream. Werkin are one of your favorite heroes in the campaign. Yeah, Werkin are cool. They're very cool. Yeah. Bostos uses them sometimes. He'll use Werkin, the Skin Wolf Werkins. Yeah, the Condom Wolf monsters. they get some work done. They're not terrible. They're not terrible. But yeah, here I'm not actually sure what the meta looks like. The Elven Archers, of course, will be quite devastating. Armored Skin Wolves will for sure be in play. They trade very well into Wild Rider. Yeah, we got some tools here, man. We got some tools. I don't know if this map's good for Norska. In some ways, like just like grinding, getting up and having three. Like, maybe it suits Bostos's playstyle. He loves to use like a ton of Marauder Horsemen and like wolf equivalents and bounce between objectives. It's very, very tough. CZR, I think it's too early. I need to get my hands on him and test. Yeah, I need to get my hands on it and see what's crack-a-lacking, you know? Hopefully they'll be ready soon. We won't have one of the eternal build phases. Yeah, that's true. Widowflight Cavalry are very cost-effective, but the dreaded Armored Skin Wolves are also pretty beast mode. They allegedly improved the Seeker's hitbox. I haven't gotten my hands on it. Apparently there was like a build that people could look at, but I just missed it. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, we'll find out when the patch drops. So I'll find out when all of you guys find out. I suspect they didn't fix it, but we'll see. Is Wolfric good against Wood Elves? Yeah. Yeah, you can't really go Throg in this matchup. If you go Throg, he just gets pin cushioned and speared. So I suspect that Norska is going to be seeing Wolfric. His pirate ship is really nice. He's shielded, armored. You know, he gets sniped quickly by like 3 Way Watchers, sure, but like Throg is just such a pin cushion. I mean, maybe you bring Throg on a map where you're expecting like a Durthu pick or something, but aside from that, no, I don't think so. High Elves have never been a top tier faction, but they've also they've had times in the sun. We've had High Elves win SFTs and various tournaments like that. Holy shit, yeah. Attack Speed Enjoyer has a very off meta playstyle too, by the way. We do see mass amounts of the freaking Sisters of Thorn. So Skirmish Cav with spells bound on them, which is cool. Lore of Boats. I know Dov came up with that. It's really funny. So it begins. The battle of our time. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in today. It is a nice, hot Sunday, Monday, whatever day of the week it is. I don't know what your planet we're on. Afternoon. And here we go. It is the dreaded Dust Bowl. It is a bowl of dust, and there is a bowl, and there is also dust. There are some elephant skulls. It is a very cool-looking Ogre Kingdoms kind of Badlands-style map. I think it's like the Mountains of Morn is where this one takes place. So maybe it's a little gladiatorial pit where the ogres kind of set up, and they have big feasts, and, they get crunk, they party. Listen to some of their banger music that they do have, which is always fun. So looking at the Elven army here, it is going to be Attack Speed Enjoyer. Sisters of Thorn are actually pretty okay against Norska. They do have throwing javelins, and they have high missile strength. So you can use them as like a skirmisher piece to kind of play with the Marauder Horsemen, poke into the light armor of some of the wolves and infantry. And they have some bound spells. They have a curse, and they do also have damage reflection, which is a little bit more niche, but it has some applications. On the ground, it is going to be Arrows of Kurnus casters. I believe Arrows of Kurnus is limited to 1 in this tournament. Let me see if it's in the rules. Okay, one sec here. It might be, it might not. Checking the rules. Yeah, so let's see. Yo-yo is limited to 1. I should probably jump out before that becomes an issue. Does he only have 1? Wait, I think he only has 1. Let's check. Hang on. Okay, no, we're good. We're perfect. Okay, he only has 1. I just read it wrong. Yeah, okay, so he just has 1 Arrow of Kurnus. Perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, army here for the Wood Elves is going to be Skirmish Cav with some spears on the flanks to fight the Skin Wolves and the mobility. And for the rest of the stuff, it is going to be more Azrai spears, Spellweaver of Beast with Flock of Doom spam. Very, very classic stuff. Now, the mainline army for Norska is going to be a front battle line of Marauders, backed up by a lot of javelins, actually. So javelins applications against Wood Elves are going to be against their cavalry units. Okay damage against the infantry as well. And Arrow of Kurnus is going to be singing in and immediately getting a bit of damage on Wulfric here. Skin Wolves, armored. We talked about that. They're very good against Wild Riders, Sisters of Thorn, Glade Riders, because most of those units lack armor piercing outside of the Wild Hunters of Kurnus, which of course are the big fancy ROR. And on the backside, Shaman Sorcerer has Burning Head as well as the Flaming Sword of Ruin. So going to be looking to drop some fat Burning Heads. And the Eagle coming in, trying to peck the eyes out of the Shaman Sorcerer here, but it looks like it is going to be able to get away safely. Wulfric on the hunt. Javelin Fire Sport. Whoa, this is really risky for attack speed enjoyer. No Hunter of Champions on Wulfric, or that could have been a dead pigeon, honestly. In the front, Wild Riders or Sisters of Thorn getting a very nice charge. And oh my god, look, they just like straight up trampled through that unit. Jeez, they have good mass. All right, so they trampled through that Marauder unit, and here we do see the Elven Lord taking a lot of damage. On the outside of the battlefield, the two Sisters of Thorn here are skirmishing the Wolf units and dragging a couple of them down. And out of the gates, the Wood Elves do have all three objectives, and Norska is going to be pushing up with its much slower, more ponderous army to try and get control over these points here. Shaman Sorcerer of Fire is getting bullied, though, man. Bastos needs to be really careful with the micro here. The Shaman Sorcerer is actually already broken, being harried and hunted by the Sisters of Thorn. So losing your Firecaster out of the gates is potentially a game-losing play. We're going to have to see. On the outside here, we do see the Wood Elves fighting versus the Norskins, and the Sisters of Thorn are doing a lot of work, ladies and gentlemen. Getting excellent kiting, forcing the overextension from some of these pieces, and then the Christmas Cavalry or the follow-up. You get the Wild Riders with the Sisters of Thorn, and use the Curse of Onrare as well. A bound ability, you can get some good value, right? So Skin Wolf is probably going to want to retreat away from the War Dancers. Elsewhere, we do see the Wood Elf Cavalry running over a lot of the Marauders, getting good value where they can. One aspect of the battlefield that we do see going a little bit better for Norska is over here on the west side of the battlefield, as we see some of the Sisters of Thorn being forced back, and now the Famir with dual wield coming out. Interesting. So Famir have really good missile resist and super high armor, so against Skirmish Cavalry, they're not really going to take much damage. They do get into combat, and they're going to be bonking down some of the Sisters here, and then should be able to safely move on over towards this objective and maybe secure it with a little bit of support. Although the Wood Elves still have the triple cap, guys, Norska has not been able to get any objectives, and the Norskan Wizard, I believe, got routed and or killed. I'm looking around to try and find the Firecaster. Maybe it's kind of in this blob of units right here. Let's see if we can find it. No. So not having your Lore of Fire against the Wood Elves is, like I said, potentially a game-losing play, because if you get a Burning Head, how essentially you do it is you line up here and here, you know, you get 2 little points, and then you go and you just, oh, that did not come out well. I'm sorry. Not my finest work, ladies and gentlemen, but you'd be able to cook those units very effectively. So having no magic here, really big setback. And I would imagine Bastos is going to resummon his Fire Wizard as soon as he can. The Elven hero characters in the back, the Waystalkers, are trying to snipe Wulfric, so they're advancing up, and you can see they're trying to get in range of Wulfric, but they are going to be harried by some of the advancing Marauders, so the Marauders have gotten them in combat. In the backside, more Ice Doggies are being called out. Here, the far side objective 3 is going to be going to Norska. That is going to be the Famir probably grabbing that point. Ice Wolf Chariots or Marauder Chariots coming in here as well, and they do run over the Spearmen. That they do. The Marauders in the middle going to be getting run down by Wild Riders. And ladies and gentlemen, it does look like Wood Elves are in an advantageous position. Out value trading, and really, I think the entire epicenter of this game comes down to the fact that there's no fire magic. If Burning Heads were just cooking these Elven infantry lines, you know, there would be so much value on the battlefield. But Bastos is a good enough player that he's going to be able to potentially scrap back in this. And as soon as he can resummon that Firecaster, I guarantee you're probably going to see it, right? Famir is still trying to capture that objective. Norska still has no points on the board yet, so we do not see any points for the old Norskan War Machine. Objective number 3 is, yeah, it's going, but Doggies are going to provide some capture weight. Monstrous Infantry, for the record, they only have 3 capture weight, whereas a full health infantry unit like a Spearman has 5 capture weight. So they're a little bit slower to flip the objectives than like an infantry unit would be, which is kind of how 40k tabletop is. Like, you know, different infantry units have higher objective capture weight, and they can hold the objectives better than others. All right, so Firecaster's out. Yeah, we do see it. So he is back, the Shaman Sorcerer. He's licked his wounds. He uses Flaming Sword of Ruin to trigger the Kindle Flame passive, but immediately upon casting it, his 2 units actually lose that combat, which is very rough. Wulfric trying to fight on the other side as well. He does have some Marauders. He himself is a good fighter, but yeah, there's still a lot of Dryads, Wild Riders, Arrows of Kurnus characters, and a healthy unit of Sisters of Thorn still lurking in the back as well. I don't really see how Bastos wins this. I mean, maybe he can. I don't know, man. He's really good. If anybody can find a way, maybe a couple big Burning Heads would be one way to do it. Now remember, he still does have the Famir over on the other side as well, so we do see them lurking in the shadows. They're going to come over and secure this objective. Famir, I believe, do have stock, right? Let me double check this. So we got Hide in the Forest, Missile Resist, Siege Attacker. I always could have sworn they had stock. Oh, these aren't the RORs. These are just regular Premier Warriors. I think the ROR is the one with stock. So he's going to be camping out on that objective. He knows, he's like, okay, if I hold this, it's at least going to keep me on the board and keep my opponent from triple capping. Wolfric trying to hunt down the Elven archers where he can't. So going after the Waystalkers on his Mighty. I feel like his horse needs a bit of an update. That thing could be way cooler, but yeah, he's trying to, you know, push the Waystalker back and get those damage, those attacks on them here in a moment. On the outside, Dryads as well as Sisters of Thorn on their way in, but that's going to be a tap out from Bastos, knowing that he is cooked and the game is over. Blundering the Firecaster in the beginning was a little bit too much to come back from. Wood Elves had an 800-point lead and a value lead, and that is that. That was really cool. Using the Sisters of Thorn for skirmish, as well as the like poking from these characters and the Flock of Doom. Very unique playstyle for the Wood Elves, which was fun. And yeah, Bastos' build was fine. Probably just came down to the fact that he lost his goodie so early on, and that was going to be that. So, that was a fun little tournament. Congrats. It has been won by the Wood Elves. No surprise. We have a couple really strong Wood Elf players playing here today. And now we're going to do the Forbidden Closure. We're going to do the FFA. So Turin, FFA. Anybody's welcome to join, and it's auto-gen. So you need to automatically generate your army for this FFA, okay? We will do the, which map do we want to do? Desert Canyon. Desert Canyon's probably my favorite map, but we're going to do an auto-gen. You think Norska Caster Lord will change? Oh, it's going to be super strong for them. It's going to be very, very strong. Yeah. Watcher's Peak, Woodland Ravine. We could do Woodland Ravine. That's fine. Grove of Slaughter is actually cool. Let's do Lost Temple. Lost Temple's an OG. All right, anybody's welcome to join. We got Hobo Honkers in here. So you're going to pick your faction and you're going to randomize it. We're going to do 5 randomizing here, okay? So Hobo, you need to click your army that you want to play and then click the randomize button 5 times, and that's what your army is going to be. All right, he's going High Elves. Who do we want to play in this random party? I think I'm going to do Warriors of Chaos. Yeah, they get really fun random armies because they have so many units. It's like just all over the place. Okay, we got Killian in here. We got Hobo, and now we just need one more. One more player to rule them all, and in the darkness bind them. Yes. It's auto-gen. Don't you guys bring regular armies here. Killian, Hobo, it is auto-generation. All right, 5 times. 5 times. And no cutting spells and abilities. You have to take whatever you get. All right, guys. In order to join, you do need the Total Tavern map pack, so you'd need that. Yeah, I'm excited to see what the new Norscan caster character is like. That's pretty huge for them. That's a huge meta-changing thing. Do we just refresh it? All right, we got Attack Speed Enjoyer. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, shit. We got a Muty Beast. We got Dragon Ogres. We got Valkia the Bloody, so basically playing a Khorne army. All right. No caster, though. That does feel a little bit bad. Auto-gen. Attack Speed Enjoyer, it is auto-gen. Okay, they're ready. Everybody's readying up quickly. Killian's going to bring like a regular army or something. Yeah, I got some anti-large. I got some hounds and a chariot. It's kind of cute as well. Rando build makes sense with up to 3 rerolls. Nah, I mean, it could. It could. This build is not great, but it's not terrible. At least we have Valkia. She's very strong. She's very strong. And it is the Lost Temple. Yeah, it could be worse. Very infantry heavy. There was a build earlier in one of my earlier rules that had double cockatrice. That would have been very strong. Yeah, you get all the items and abilities in this. You can't cut those, so whatever you get, you get. I'm surprised they didn't give Empire like a Wizard Lord. Yeah, it was kind of strange they didn't get that. Did I get a Shaggoth as well? I think I saw regular Dragon Ogres. Is Lost Temple a map in every RTS game? It kind of is, Ox. It kind of is. So for those of you guys who are new to Total War, this is an FFA game. It's very casual. Can't really be played competitively because there's nothing to force the players to attack each other. So it's like land battle basically from the days of old. You would need rules to play it. You need to have house rules for the players to make it playable. The dreaded Hobo Honkers loading in there. Did I get a Shaggoth? If I got a Shaggoth, that's pretty sweet. I thought it was just Dragon Ogres. No, it's Dragon Ogres, guys. Don't get too excited. Okay, so who's over here? We got orange. I am here. We got dark green, Hobo's teal, and Attack Speed Enjoyer is purple, I think. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Colors don't quite match up. Valkia the Bloody. Now is our time. Some dual weapon boys, Valkia. Oh shit, we got the dreaded double chariot. Let's go. I feel like this army has way too much shit to micro. Okay, we need to get you guys in control groups and control groups. And the Muty Beast can be with the main army as well. And alright. 4, and I think I just hide the hounds in the trees and we kind of like play it by ear, see what we get. Alright, good luck, have fun. Dragon Ogre Shaggy, it wasn't me. Oh man, it wasn't me. Valkia the Bloody. Yeah, this forces you to bring a... Oh, because there's an orange color on the screen, Pest. It's not you. This is orange. This color is orange. It's orange, isn't it? Come on. Am I going crazy? I swear to God, if you guys just make shit up and tell me it's not orange. What are you going to do with the Chaos Spawn? I don't know. We're going to find out the hard way. So, what do we got here? Demons of Chaos actually seem like a good fight for us. And immediately out of the gates, we see the Wood Elves advancing. It's Tangerine. You guys need to stop right now. You guys need to stop the shit right now. This army looks annoying as hell to fight. Oh my God, he's got like a dragon and like all sorts of like Air Force shit. The demons are like very juicy, but if I attack the demons, I'm going to get pushed in the back here. Alright, so we're going to have to fight this army then. We got to just advance and hope for the best. I have one horseman unit that can like fight. Valkia can move in with her demon shield and attack as well. So I guess we have to go suffer into the Wood Elves. It's just suffering is our curse here. Valkia getting a little bit of poke right there. Wood Elves friendly firing their own units, which is great. Dragon characters coming in, and we're going to see the birds attack here. Valkia could fight the Forest Dragon. Let's get the chariots, the bro charge in there. I think he's got like tree men and stuff, so that's a little bit sketchy. Oh, that fight's going to take a while over there. Alright, so let's get in, go after the dragon here. We can pop the demon shield if we want to. Chariots need to just get in and start running shit down over here. Horsemen just keep lurking, and he sees the hounds, which is fine. He thinks I forgot about them, but I did not. I did not. Alright, so we're going to ride with you guys. Valky's going to fly overhead. We're going to keep chasing. And you guys keep doing this. You guys keep running around the back here. And here comes the Chariots of Doom. Alright, so we need to get in there. We're going to take one of you out this way. Valky the Bloody is going to fly and engage against the Glade Captain. We're going to use the shield if we need to. Okay, we do get a little bit of a hit, which is good. Get into the archers there. Perfect. Breath attack, just hitting chaff units mainly. Alright, hound units. Chariot's able to get in, which is great. One of them does get caught, and so we're going to keep running through there. Up in the sky, Valky is doing well, so we're going to pop the demon shield on her so she can fight this dragon. And hide in the trees. And now we move in. Alright, so attack and attack. Dragon Ogre Shaggies need to get in there. And let's get the Mutilith Beast to attack here, if we can. Loop you around. Other chariot is going to work around the outside. Valky is doing very well here. Going to do a little Sleipnir action right there. And cool. So chariots keep moving and grooving. Our horsemen do get hunted, which feels bad. Alright, so awesome sauce. We're going to get you in here. This chariot needs to cruise over here, and then you guys come around the back of the army. So Valkyria versus the Dragon is cool, but it's not as nice as you'd think. Mutilith Beast is very good against these War Dancers. Okay, Chariot bounces out this way. Chariot bounces out this way. Spawn need to move in and get on those. Dragon Ogres will be quite excellent against these, and Valkyria needs to just keep hunting. All right, Chariot, go out this way. You go out this way. And we get 2 Hound units in the bushes, which are now going to turn around. And we can keep the Chariot on the Wild Hunters of Kurnus so we can feast with our Hounds. I think that's not a bad play. All right, so we got 2 Hound units penetrating into the backfield. 1 Archer unit is taken offline immediately. That feels good. That feels good. Valkyria can turn and fight against the Glade Captain. I'm okay with that. And value trading is actually going okay. Definitely a shame we don't have a wizard, but, you know, you can't have everything in life. All right, let's run back into the trees here. Hopefully Valkyria can get that. Those are the freaking Wild Hunters of Kurnus, by the way. Okay. This is no rabble of mindless orcs, ladies and gentlemen. These are the mighty Wild Hunters of Kurnus. All right, Muty Beasts, keep hunting here. Let's get you Houndos around the backside of the army. See if you can get on these archers. And, yeah, Muty Beast is coming. Let's get on the Deepwood Scouts here. Valkyria keeps fighting. Run you guys here. It's a messy fight. It's a very messy fight. But thankfully, the Wild Hunters of Kurnus are taking some damage. And we do have the Dragon Ogres, so that'll be pretty good. Just got to keep Valkyria alive, really. All right, so Archer number 1 should be dead there. Let's get you guys back. Valkyria keeps Benny healing. Yes, of course. Chasing and chasing. Hounds have gotten onto the Archer unit. We're doing pretty good in value. We're in the game. We're not like the lowest score player. Okay, the Dragon, Valkyria might get killed here. He did have a net, so that's pretty bad for us. All right, so the Hounds have gotten onto the Archers. Wild Hunches of Kernus are being hunted, and here these Deepwood Scouts are also being harried. Let's run over with the chariots, run you guys through, and just get on top of those archer units. We really just need to shut those down. Oh, Valkyrie got away. Sweet. So Demon Shield. See if we could run her to the other side if she'll stabilize. Now she broke. Okay, that's fine. Just need to kill the archers so that we don't have to worry about being kited and shot apart and everything. The other side is going to be coming over to us soon. Yeah, Valkyria looks like she created enough distance there, which is good. And do we have anything that can detach and deal with that? Yeah, those guys are getting chased. We have the Dragon Ogres versus the Wild Hunches of Kernus. Muty Beast is still on the hunt. It's draining. Maelstrom of Change. Yeah, we're going to do that. I actually don't even know what that does. Oh, it looks like it does some nice damage there. That's good. Valkyria is going to go live in the trees to keep me from suffering an army penalty. And those Wild Hunches of Kernus should be potentially getting these guys. Yeah, I don't know if they'll catch them, actually. I don't know how the Dragon Ogres will do there. Okay, so the Muty Beast was able to win against the archers. No surprise. It's a pretty standard affair for them. These guys moving. Spawn are chewing up these guys. Mutalith Vortex Beast versus the Dragon. And I think we're going to get kited unless... Oh, we might actually corner them here. Yeah, he's going to get cornered. That's good. Valkyria can come and drop a Sleipnir on them and help out. Nice. So the Dragon Ogres did catch those. And now we have the Mutalith Beast, Aeson the Fallen versus that thing. Spawn, there's a couple of those left. We might need to waddle over and help our Muty Beast. I'm not sure if it's going to get the help it needs. He does have a couple archers who've rallied, but big blunder on the back, letting us get the kill there. But yeah, this is like a very even fight. He's done more damage, but like his army's also very raggedy too. So it's, yeah. Valkyria ended up getting hunted in the trees, so that feels bad. Go, Muty Beast, head this way. All right, so Muty Beast is going to head this way. We're going to reunite our forces. Dragon Ogres farming the units in the corner here. So that's really good. So that they're broken. That gave us a shit ton of points. And now we're going to waddle here. Try and keep you alive. Gather up here. Gather up here. And yeah, Dragon Ogres at full health is not bad. This fight's really, really close with the auto-gen armies. Muty Beast has some shields to regenerate if we want to. So we're just going to kind of chase down whatever we can here. You Spawn can go there. Let's take the Wild Hunters over this way. I wish I had some magic. I do. I don't know if my Wood Elf opponent has magic either, though. I think they're a little bit bare bones on that. So this is what? This is a... Oh, it's like a spread. Okay. I actually haven't like looked at that character in a long time. Ah, Glade Lord shooting too. He got some cool stuff. Muty Beast is at 30-something hundred. So we do get him with the Maelstrom of Change. Maybe we can get this guy. Oh shit, that actually did some good damage. You see, that's the fun thing about this. You kind of learn some weird tech sometimes, you know? Yeah, that little Vortex of Change was quite good. Yeah, if they drop below 0 leadership, they run away. Correct, for anybody who's newer. That is indeed how that works. OP Arrow of Kernus. 1600 HP. He's got a lot of ammunition left. High Elves are still alive. Hobo Honkers is very, very much kicking still. I still have some units, like I can make a slight difference in the fight. I would have to get Last Man Standing, so probably what I'm going to do is just hide in the trees. Yeah, hide in the trees, and let the High Elves come over and start fighting, you know, with the Wood Elves, and then maybe try and, like, weasel out a Last Man Standing. Not sure how that's going to work, but, oh, really? You want to land on Dragon Ogres? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, because those are Dragon Ogres. They're going to bonk this guy in the head. They'll do some really good damage against the Dragon. We're doing it. High Elves. Why do the High Elves have less points than him, even though they wiped an entire army? I guess some of the stuff disintegrated, right? Dragon took a lot of damage here. You can fight the Glade Captain with the remaining spawn. The High Elves, yeah, is there any way we can get Last Man Standing here? That's our only chance, because if you're the Last Man Standing in a free-for-all, you get a fair amount of points, which is fun. We have the spawn. Let's get these stupid archers here, these Deepwood Scouts. Okay. Oh, shit, he got Peckless, dude. Oh, man, he's got Techless with the frickin' Bird of Doom. Definitely just hunt down these archers for free real estate right now. Let you guys replenish your vigor in the woods. So the two elves are going to battle each other for now. The Dragon Ogres are going to run down these Deepwood Scouts. Here they come. We're done after this one. This is our last one. Yeah, I got some stuff I got to take care of. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's go, Dragon Ogres. Catch those wimpy elves. Rout them off the battlefield. That's right. Marauders. Peckless is a little bit low as well. Can't really catch a lot of what's on the field. We do take those guys to Pound Town and chase them off, so you can see our points are climbing a little bit there when we got some attacks. Evil Dragon Ogres, yes, precisely. Pure Main Company, Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower shooting into the Forest Dragon. That's actually really useful, having a Bolt Thrower here against that dragon. Alright, so those guys are down. We're going to move back through the trees. We could rest, like let our Shaggots rest. Oh my god, if he runs into the trees, it's going to be so funny. He just doesn't know the Haggard Barbarians are waiting for him there. Yeah, they are. Everyone's shaken and tired. Hobo Honkers has the gray. Oh, nice shot there. Teclis has the Potion of Karoi too, so he's going to be able to heal. Bird Riders are coming around the back. Dragon Ogres can creep. And if I move out of the trees, he's going to see me for sure. But those guys do get run down. Teclis is hunting that dragon. They're just like playing. Look, they're playing in the ravine here, isn't that? Let's go. He actually hit him. Holy shit. Teclis is no joke. He packs a punch. All right. So who's the highest points? Attack speed. Okay, we need to eliminate attack speed for me to have a chance of winning. So I'm going to try and help against attack speed enjoyer. Because right now the elves are actually, the wood elves are looking pretty strong. He's still got some really good SEs, like the dragon, the glade captain, the glade lord. There's a lot of nastiness. All right, boys, let's get on those units. Chase them down and just keep watching the fight in the meantime on the other side. It is going to be Teclis with the Shadow Walker ROR. No, just regular ones. He does get the Enfeebling Foe, which is very good. And a regrowth too, man. Teclis is such a raid boss on his bird. Is he faster than that thing? I think he is. Yeah, he can actually chase and maybe get some damage. We'll see. All right, the Champions of the Dark Gods are going to be emerging from the tree line. I have to really weasel this to get last man standing, but I think I'm too far behind at this point. Yeah. Eagle's diving into the Shadow Walkers, or the gray. Oh no, it is ROR Shadow Walkers. Okay. Yes. Let's keep you guys moving. Keep you guys moving. Go here and here. Teclis able to nibble down the Forest Dragon. Forest Dragon here is getting the biz from the Peckless. We need to position it so that the player with the lower score is the one fighting me in the final hoorah. And the Dragon Ogres can feast. All right, let's have you guys chase down those guys to make sure they don't come back. Peckless gets that done. The Glade Captain is up here. Let's go see if we can find that. So we're going to go over there and see if we can get it. Yes, perfect, perfect. Let's go. Oh, yeah. You're going to run into my Dragon Ogres? You're going to give them the hard-on charge? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, Dragon Ogre time. Okay, so we're going to start bonking that Glade Captain here. All right. Cool. So, force back. Teclis is going to keep hunting these guys down. My Chad Dragon Ogre is still confident despite it all. The dragon gets routed back there. Marauders are chasing his units off. I could farm some points on the Shadow Warriors. Probably not a bad idea while Teclis hunts down his other elements. Teclis with the Sword of Teclis. I think he gets reserves, right? Oh my god, yeah, you got infinite winds of magic, basically. It's pretty wild. All right, we need some points here, guys. Glade Lord's getting chased. We're battling what we can. Pure Main Company. Just need points. We're getting a little bit. We just got about 100 points right there. The dragon's on the way in. Might be able to get a terror out on me. Teclis is trying to hunt these characters down. And now we get into the dreaded land battle time where people don't always attack. Although everyone's attacking now, but... The breath attack there is pretty good. Peckla's going to probably break that dragon. And once we chase the last Elven unit off the battlefield, he's going to have an issue because he's going to have to land. Or else he's going to take a lot of unfortunate value there. Okay, so he lands with the Glade Captain guy. We're going to try and hit him a couple times, see if we can. Because we're anti-large. We want to feast on that, right? We make contact. 1200 HP. And here comes the birds. The birds are here. For some reason not making contact. It's fine. We'll turn around in the Hawk Riders. Teclis is there as well. Yeah, we need to get the Wood Elves out of the game if we want a sliver of a chance of winning. Hey, perfect. So they did their business. We can hide them in the trees, and all right, you just hide them here and tell them to walk, actually. Okay, so the Hawk Riders are getting it. Peckless is coming in, so now let's click on the Glade Captain. We're getting a little bit low. We only have 3,000 HP left. Okay, so are we getting the points here? Glade Captain's gone. I don't think the Wood Elves... Oh, no, they have the Glade Captain on the ground as well. The last standing bonus is 2,500. I actually got terrified right there, so that's not good. 2,500, so we're in the ballpark, but not looking super, super good. That character's broken. Now Teclis is going to hunt down this guy. Dragon Ogres are back, so that means we can keep farming the gray. How's our leadership shaking? Yeah, pretty low. Berserkers, sorry guys, no rest for you guys. We need you back in the battle, so you got to sprint across the battlefield and exhaust yourselves. Peckless being a raid boss. Does he have nets? He probably does. So he's probably going to be able to net down that Glade Captain if he wants to. We're at 7,500, give or take. This is like actually close to being the last man standing, but these damn Shadow Warrior RORs are actually beating my ogres. So I should probably get back. Oh no, hold on. We can't let that freaking Elven character escape. Oh, we accidentally hit Teclis. Okay. We're gonna get terror routed now though, because we're too low. So back we go. Let's pull the ogres back. If they break, yeah, they're actually truly broken now. Skull, how do they do this game, by the way? 2,100 value, not badly, not badly. Glade Captain's broken, definitely not. Teclis, getting it done. Is he gonna get enough points from the last man standing? Hobo Honker's probably gonna clutch this game here. Yeah, as we see the Glade Captain get shattered, and it looks like the dreaded Hobo Honkers is gonna be able to clean it up. Because Teclis is too healthy for my ogres to fight. They only have 1,200 HP. I mean, they are anti-large fighters, but not going to be enough. Not going to be enough, ladies and gentlemen. So running on in. We have the Berserkers coming and the big old Dread Legion here. Time for some cinematic shots. Bonk. These guys, of course, are designed to kill big stuff. They're not great against infantry hordes. Getting worn down. They don't cause terror, I think, either. They just cause fear. Oh, the Hobo Honkers is too strong. GG, well played. So, guys, congratulations to our winner of today's tournament. It is going to be Attack Speed Enjoyer. And that is going to be it for the stream as well. It's extremely hot. It's like 100 degrees in this room right now. I'm sweating. So I'm going to take it easy. We're going to be having streams tomorrow as well. That'll be longer. Tomorrow's streams will be like 4 or 5 hours long. So they'll be a little bit deeper. But guys, I hope you enjoyed today's tournament. If you did, all of you homies, I see there's 3,000 of you watching on YouTube. I don't know if I believe that, but do drop a like on the way out. It helps quite a bit. Consider becoming a channel member and joining the Dukes of Haggard, the Green people, the Green Man group, yes. For all of you on Twitch, thank you for all of you guys for joining. Consider subscribing if you're enjoying the channel. And we will be back tomorrow, video, as well as a Lord of the Rings action tomorrow as well, which is going to be very fun. So great tourney today. It was a lot of fun. Adios, do widzenia. That is it. Take care of yourselves. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is it for today.